Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I am logging in again to Watcher of Realms, and I've got like, I guess the dailies to finish up. I've got some Dracula's Castle that I want to lay into. Got some summons that I want to do, and then I don't know. We'll just kind of play it by ear. I think I want to do some arena fights, and probably I think we've got some, I can't remember if it's called Ancestral Legacy, something like that to do. And plus, over here we have, I think this is, I'm not sure. I want to say this is Nero over here at the Hero's Visit, but let's find out. Let's click on him and see what he has for us. It's Raiden. All right, that makes sense. Okay. I was thinking it looked kind of weird for Nero, but as we all know, I'm not exactly visual, so wasn't sure who it was. So here's Raiden. The Storm Kings will the Storm's King will stirs within this desolate land. Can you sense the wind's subtle changes? I require your strength, Commander, to decipher the storm's missives and chart our path forward. Alright, we click this, and he needs some adventure medals, apparently. We're going to go do some Gear Raid 1 so we can get those. So let's do some of the auto fights. Let's do quick clears, actually, 2 of those. And we'll need to consume some huge stamina potions, and that's perfectly fine. We have a good number of them built up. I think I can throw a little bit toward this. So let's start these and see what we get. I notice that my window here seems to be a little off. Not sure what the deal is there. Interesting. Anyway, so we got 2 of the adventure medals, which is exactly what we were going for. 60 brave conquest points, 21,150 gold, 10 stamina, 3,240 XP potions, and 3 pieces of gear. Now let me do some adjustments over here, because something's a little funny. Okay, I see what's going on. My window is just being a little odd. Alright. Got it, I think. Hopefully that is coming through okay. Alright. We surprisingly got both of the adventure medals on the very first attempt, or, adventure medals, that is what they're called. So let's submit those and move on to the next part of that. We got 5 arena permits and 200 stamina for that. And Raiden says, these enigmatic items are crucial to grasping the storm's secrets. Please help me find them and unravel nature's mysteries as well as the Storm King's will. You're trying to unravel the Storm King's will? Is that what we're doing? I guess so. Alright, so now he wants 10 insignia marksman 1s. We have 1,000 of them. I think we can probably spare 10. There we are. We got 3 5-star psychic power shards in return for that. Now we just got some arena permits. Let's come check out over here. Nothing is particularly wonderful. I made a new team on this anti-air DPS, and it's brought my BP down, but I think it's probably going to be better overall for where I'm at with this. We've got another 8 minutes before I can do any of those runs. So let's just go back out of here. And we have Raiden here, who says, your strength and wisdom drive our triumph, Commander. The blessing of the Storm King will guide us until we unravel this world's final enigma. I'm grateful, friend. Our fates are bound as the Storm King binds wind and lightning. All right, Storm King binding the wind and the lightning and all that jazz, right? Okay, then also, I saw something in my messages over here. Let's see. It was from Cody. Also, speaking of that, he told me that those little bags I was opening up last night were from the Guan Yu event. And so, they were pretty recent. They were from that omen quelling thing that we were doing the other day. And so that's where all those bags come from. So it wasn't as old as I was afraid that it was. So, yeah. Okay, let's go to recent. Cody also sent me a code. It says Discord 100K fans promo. So that's what we have to enter into it. And I'm going to type that in here for you guys. Discord 100K fans. That is the promo code that I've been sent. So be sure to grab that. Let's come over to the wrong window apparently. Then to the right one, go to your profile, you go to redeem code, and then we type in Discord oops, I put space. No space. 100K fans. Click OK there. Redemption successful. Who knows what we got? I guess we'll find out in a second. And then over here to the mailbox, it says, Dear Commander, the attached is your CD for your reward. Have fun in the game. And it's 300 diamonds. That's a nice little haul for typing in a code. I recommend you all do it too. All right, let's X out of there, come out of here, and then look around for a second. What we'll want to do next, I think that I'll come over to the events. Yeah, we'll go to the events tab. We have the Duel of Champions down here. I have some kind of reward in. Looks like I've got 100,000 gold to collect there. There's a few more rewards on this bar that I could get. I think this, yeah, we've got another 5 days, 3 hours, and 14 minutes on this. So I feel like it's highly possible we're going to get all 3 of those rewards by the end. Let's see. Other than that, we have Ancestral Legacy down here, which is the Monopoly board thing. Let's go into that. And we're going to go to quests, where we have, in fact, spent 50 stamina today, so we get 1 skeleton bone. Cleared 5 stages today, and so we get another skeleton bones. We obtained 5 pieces of gear from Gear Raid today, giving us another skeleton bones. We completed 2 individual quests of the guild today, and that gives us another skeleton bones. Now, if we perform 1 summon, which I do intend to do later, then we'll get another one. But for now, we are just going to wait on that. Let's come back over here and roll some bones, huh? All right. I don't know what else we can do with the dragon's gold other than spend it on this this Monopoly board. So probably I should have already spent it, and I totally failed in that regard. A group of goblins invites you to a dangerous dice game. The wager is unknown. We can either refuse and prepare to fight, which is the conservative choice, or we can accept the gambling challenge, which is the radical choice. Now, at this point of the game, we don't have very many rolls left, because I think this is almost over. So let's go ahead and go crazy and go for the radical choice. If we roll a 2 through 7, then we're cursed, and we get only 10 dragon's gold, which is still pretty good for being cursed, I feel. If we roll 8 to 12, then we lose gear, and we get 20 dragon's gold. Okay. But if we roll a 13 through 16, which is highly unlikely, we win a treasure, and we win 300 dragon's gold. I continue to be confused by certain things. I understand winning a treasure and getting 300 dragon's gold. What confuses me is, if we lose gear, we get 20 dragon's gold. Now, does that mean that the goblins have essentially bought a piece of gear from us for 20 dragon's gold? Because if we're losing gear, but we're getting 20 dragon's gold, that feels like a trade to me. It feels actually like a transaction, right? We've essentially sold our piece of gear for 20 dragon's gold. Now, I don't get the curse bit, right? So we get cursed, and we get 10 dragon's gold. Now, what is it? Are we Midas now? We have the Midas touch. Is that the curse that we're suffering from? You know, where is this 10 dragon's gold? Perhaps it's like the monkey's paw, and this curse has cost us our dear son, you know? Who knows? I don't know. We get 10 dragon's gold from being cursed. Uncertain how that works. Let's try our luck. We got an 11, which gives us 20 dragon's gold, so that's just like hitting one of the whimsy words or whatever. I mean, that's just a random thing, and 20 dragon's gold is fairly common for hitting one of these tiles, so I feel like that's acceptable. Especially since I don't know what to do with the dragon's gold and spend it on those rallying points and things like that. Alright, 20 dragon's gold. Now, let's roll. We got a 3 this time. Now we just passed a location that we own, and I feel like that gave us some gold for doing that. We also got 10 dragons gold just from hitting this box. So we were at 1065. We just got 10 more, so that would have been us at 1075. And that implies that we gained 18 gold from walking past this forbidden sanctum here. And that all comes from this crystal mine that gives you coins every time that you pass an owned location. All right. Facility, that's what they're called. Oh. There's a window, guys, that shows us what we have and what we don't have. If I'm reading this correctly, we have at least one level of all 5 of the facilities. That was a good job on me then. Now, if they're gray, that means they're level 1. If they're green, that means they're level 2. And if they're blue, that means they're level 3. I'm making the assumption that level 4 would be purple and that level 5 would be gold. I haven't actually gotten anything to that point. Maybe next time this comes around, I'll try to focus on doing that. But this time, I didn't. And so, if I kind of learned the board a little bit, there's definitely a good way to go with this. Some of them you only kind of need like 1 copy of, just so that you can get that excess from the crystal mine. While others, you might want more of, so that you can try to roll into it. Like the goldsmithy is nice because it gives you a boost to the next 2 locations that you hit. You get a 20% boost if you have a level 1 of it. The higher you go up, the greater the percentage of boost you get. So if you hit that early on, and you can kind of control that with your scale king bones. So if you were trying to get into something, it might be a good idea to save them for the goldsmithy. However, of course, to be worthwhile, you would have to hit some decent spots afterward too for your next 2 rolls, because you're getting, again, if you're level 1, you're getting 20% extra. And you got to consider that you've sacrificed your turn by intentionally going into the goldsmithy. Because otherwise, if you landed on like any other square, then you would get some gold, right? So by going into the goldsmithy, you sacrificed getting coins in another location. So I'm not sure. You gotta figure that out for yourself. But that's how I don't know. That's my thoughts on it at the moment. I really don't remember what Witch's Paradise does or any of the rest of these. All I can remember right now is that Crystal Mine is the one that gives you the money for passing locations that you own. And the Goldsmithy is the one that gives you extra coins for the next 2 rolls after you enter the Goldsmithy, but you have to go into it. The Crystal Mine, you get that once. You may as well level it all the way up if you get it early. And then you don't actually have to deal with it anymore at all. Going into it is actually a waste of your time. After that point, you just lose your turn if you hit the Crystal Mine. So anyway, that's what I've learned about this. Now let's see here. Let's roll this die. We got a 5. And we landed on this fella. It says, "This vast expanse is so encompassing. Astonishingly, we crossed paths again." And I'm going to say, indeed. He says, "Your journey appears to be bursting with exploration and discovery." And I say, "I feel lost." He says, "The destination isn't always clear at the start. Sometimes one must persistently seek it during their voyage until they discover it." And I say, "How can I be sure of my goals, random man that I just met?" He says, "Every voyage presents a learning opportunity. Maintain an open mind and you will discover its significance in every stride." And I think that last time I said I will remember this conversation and only got 20 coins. Let's try, I'll keep it in mind. We only got 20 coins. So is 20 coins all you can do with this, or is there a particular set of choices you can make that's going to come out with the big reward? I feel like there is. What's this thing called? Fortuitous encounter. I don't know. It's not feeling particularly fortuitous. Intuitus, that's not a word. But fortuitous, it's not feeling. All right, let's roll. It should be a word, though. Intuitus. I gotta make that one up. All right. We roll the 6. And we hit something. We got 10 Dragon's Gold. Let's see what it is. Because again, I'm not super visual. So what is it? I don't know. Hard to tell. Because it's right on top of, right below this thing. And it really doesn't want me to click it. Not at all. It hates the idea. There it is. Whimsy Words. All right. Whimsy Words is what that was. It gave us like 10 gold. All right. One last roll here. Let's see what we get. What do we want to get? I'm not even sure, honestly. I'm pretty sure that whatever we wanted to get, 10 Dragon's Gold from what I believe to be another Whimsy Words is not it. Yes, it is Whimsy Words. Okay. So Whimsy Words, it's not normally my greatest success, you know. I seem to do better with virtually anything than Whimsy Words. Whimsy Words is, well, okay, not quite anything, because, you know, you can hit one of these locations, I think that's what they're called, facilities, one of these facilities, and do worse. But they're pretty rough. Yeah. All right, let's get out of here, see what else we have. Could do the zombie invasion, but I'm not quite ready for that yet, I think. I do kind of want to summon some more guys. And I think I got another couple of ancestral summoning, or ancient summoning things. Let's go back to the arena and see much. Okay, we can now refresh. Awesome. So while we were gone during that and went and did the Ancestral Legacy thing, we gained 2 of these arena coins from defending against other players. I think that my setup for defense for this is actually pretty decent right now. And so, so that was, I suspect that I'm going to win most of the battles on the defense. For this, it's the anti-air, and I want to look and see. There's some way to see how we've been doing, but I don't remember how. Like, we can see how many we have won and how many we've lost. Let's see. What if I go to edit? Will that? No, that is not helpful. All right. Maybe it's results. Huh. The big button that says results. That's the one. Hey, Ruben. How are you doing today? Oh, man. All right. So, we won. You know, it's really hard for me to say. It looks like we got a victory against Onsgave or Onsgave, let's say. Let's call him Onsgave because we can. He is from France. And we beat him 20 minutes ago, which must have been while we were gone and when we got that. 1440, you know, this number here, it means something. I think it's just like your rating or something, like your rank. Not really clear. I think it might be like when you're playing chess and you have like ratings. And so if you go against somebody who's of a significantly higher rating than you have, then you get more points than if you're going against somebody who has a much lower rating than you have. And that's how I think these points work, these little swords here. But I'm not 100% sure. That's just my assumption, right? Maybe not. Who knows? So Gassed Juice, however, has beaten us during that same period of time. Oh. Okay, so that's my number of sword. Over there, 1440. Interesting. So looks like Ansgave had 1461 and we had 1440. So we got 10 points for defeating him. He had higher whatever that is, ranking than we did. And then, but then if we look up here, Gast Juice has defeated us, and he had 1480, which was significantly higher than we had, and we lost 4 points for that, which isn't too bad. I don't know. Maybe I'm right on that. Maybe I'm not. Hard to say. Irvin says, doing great. How goes your day? My day is going well. It is 11:58 p.m., so it's almost midnight over here. Let's go ahead and refresh this table of opponents. How you doing, Bugajoy? All right. We don't have anybody that I feel comfortable attacking with my measly 319,472 BP, so we'll just let that pass for the moment to go on out of here. We have a bunch of stamina, so let's throw some of it over at this Fear Raid 2 over here. And we'll go to stage 18 and just toss those there. Now, out of here, one thing I want to do is come over and do some of these summons, as mentioned a moment ago. We have 2 ancient crystals here, or ancient summoning crystals here, and we can try to get Count Dracula or Ravenhold. It would be amazing if we got both in 2. That would be phenomenal, but it's not going to happen. All right, let's go ahead with the first summon now. Purple is a good sign. We got Abizal, the 4-star mage from the cultist faction, who also is a lord. Abizal, who harbors malice toward humans, is a terrifying presence. She strengthens herself through slaughter, wielding the Psyche Force to vent her anger toward the creatures of Tia. She's angry with the creatures of Tia. How entertaining. I wonder what they did to make her so mad and crazy. I do need to look at her backstory. She's like super nutsoid, right? Like I want to use her sometime because I think she might be kind of powerful for a 4-star. I'm not sure because I haven't had a lot of chance to use her. I feel like I've used her in the cultist faction trials a little bit, but I'm not sure. Let's share this this winning here. This I want to say purchase. I guess we can call it a purchase. All right, got 50 diamonds for sharing that. Let's pop out of there, and then we'll go on with summoning. Got one more of these to try. Bugajoy says all I got was Elder. I've seen Elder in Arena. I feel like Elder wasn't bad from what I've seen. I think he's I've seen him a couple of times in there, and I may have seen him way back on the friend assist window too. Not sure of that, but I've definitely seen him in Arena before. All right, here we have Lunaria. She's a 4-star marksman from the Piercer faction, and she's a lord of that faction. Powered by the moon, Lunaria marks targets for catastrophic damage and is a leader of the Star Piercers. Now, I always use her in the faction trial as well, and she does well at that. I don't know how she would do otherwise. I'm not sure that I've tried really using her very much in just like the normal fights, but in the faction trials, she does well. I mean, she's no Dracula, but hey, I'll take it. We'll awaken Lunaria, perhaps. All right, now, Bloodline Summoning. Okay, the question is, when is the last one that we did? I think we're at around 160 pity summons, so I think we've got another 20-ish before I want to switch over and do like the Bloodletter Invocation, perhaps, for a few summons and try to get the pity to trigger and then pop back over to the Bloodline summons and get me in. That's the dream, right? That's the hope. All right. Let's do it then. Let's start here. Summoning. I've got a bunch of extra guys in my bags, in my storage bags, and I've just kind of been keeping them there for now. I don't know if it fills up or not. I think that somebody told me it doesn't, so we can just continue to have overflow indefinitely. That's pretty cool. This is Drogo, the 3-star marksman from the Piercer faction. There's nowhere to hide. Drogo's massive range and AoE ultimate will have enemies scrambling for cover. Not a fan of Drogo personally. I have used him, but I haven't wanted to. Here's Tazira, the 4-star marksman from the Piercer faction. Tazira is a jungle-dwelling stunner that shoots faster when surrounded, prioritizing airborne units. Hey, Ruben, congrats on the 7-stream streak. Irvin says, who are you going to pick for your hero in the other banner? I have no idea. That's an excellent question. I have thought about it not at all. So Jazeera, my understanding, is one of the ones that people can get as their like starter person right after they get their core group. And I think that's the one where a lot of people get Idril, a lot of people get Jazeera, and I got Brienne. I believe that's correct. Let us summon again. It's 12:04 now, which means I can go and refresh Baruch's Dwarven Association list as well. Here's Gonkba, the 3-star mage from the Esotericist faction. That's one prickly goblin. Gonkba flings AoE spikes with abandon while inflicting slow, and I use him in the faction trials as well, because even if I don't have him leveled up, which I don't, just the slow effect is good. So here's Rogers, the 2-star defender, stalwart and loyal. Rogers can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. It's what we like to carry around with us, human walls. Alright, and now we have Ryder, the 2-star fighter. Obsessed with Arlo, this double-bladed warrior mimics his every move and heavily increase his own attack. Yeah, he's a lot of times I find that you'll see him, and then shortly thereafter you'll run into Arlo, or that can go the other direction. So I feel like there's some linkage that they do in the coding, maybe, to make those two appear pretty close to each other. That being said, of course, they're both commons, so it could just be that it's unrelated. Here's Nunia, the 3-star healer. Let this one's magic soothe your soul. Nunia calls upon the jungle to heal her allies and bolster defense. You know, one thing I need to do while I'm out here before I go into Dracula's castle is try to find that person who is in my party, and it's like this female defender, and she's got like a gold helmet thing on, and I have no idea who she is or what she does. I've been using her, but it's difficult when I don't know what her skills are. It's difficult to take advantage of the people in there, because I can't just click on them and see what they do, right? So you go and you long click like you would in this to find out what your guys do, and instead of telling me, it's just like, hey, they're just mercenaries, they're just temporary, you can't see them. And I don't think that's very nice, because I have no idea what they do on some of them. So I'm gonna have to like go into the gallery. Maybe I need to like take a picture of who I have with my phone, because I have no visual memory. It's quite bad, and so it's just very difficult for me to have any idea what my guys do in there. But anyway, that's a concern of mine. Let's continue here on with our summons. Alright, we now have Dolores, the 4-star healer from the Infernal faction. Sultry and sensual, Dolores soothes allies with her graceful dancing while increasing their attacks. It's kind of weird though, right? So here you are as a guy, right? And you're out here and you're fighting all these bad guys. Everything's very dangerous. And what you have is this girl, and she's out here dancing. And are you really thinking at that moment, man, she's so sultry and sensual, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not male. I don't understand how it works. But like, to me, I'm just thinking, here you are in a life or death situation. You're trying to survive, and like, the girl's just out here dancing. Is that really what we're thinking about right now? I don't know. Maybe it is. All right. Continue. Uruvian says, I think you're talking about Edith. Perhaps. I have no idea who I'm talking about. Pretty sure it's a female, although I've been fooled before in this game, so perhaps not. It appears to be a female. And it has this helmet, comes down. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough thing. How to describe? It's a defender, definitely. Not sure what faction or anything like that. No more information to give. I think she pushes him back when she hits. Like it seems like periodically she pushes them back. So that might be a hint. Watcher faction, says Rubian. Highly possible. Summon again. Ah, Rubian says, yes, that's her. Okay, Edith. Well, that'll help. Because now that I know she's in the Watcher faction, I can look in the gallery in the Watcher faction, because otherwise, I have no idea where she is. Just have to scan through them all. Okay, here's Liam, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. Unshakable and accurate, Liam can attack multiple enemies simultaneously from an impressive distance. And he's a pretty good 2-star. Let's throw another summon at it. Alright, Liam again. He is still a 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. Even all these seconds later, he hasn't even changed his profession. Alright, here's Hayden, 2-star fighter, bulking and tanky. This trusty warrior can reduce hero summoning costs, which I've always been a little confused by Hayden, because I guess I just associate defenders with tanks, right? Like, just in sort of the gaming lingo, if someone is a defender, it makes me think that they're a tank. But this guy's a fighter, which is, I don't know, it's just, it kind of meshes, or doesn't mesh, it clashes with my thoughts, right? He's built, he's got all this armor on, he's got the tower shield going on, and yet he's a fighter. Is that not a little strange? Feels like that armor's going to get in the way of his agility a good deal. Let's continue. Irvian says, Watchguard faction, meant to say. Ah, very good, very good. All right, well, let's click OK here. Confirm the 150 overflow. And then where are we at? We're at 153 out of 200 currently summons. So out we go. And what was it I was just saying? Oh, yes, gallery, right? We've got to find the gallery. Okay, we found it. And then he says the Watchguard faction. Where is it? We don't know. There it is. It's the very first one. Excellent. And it's someone that I don't own on this. So I've got to find her. There she is, maybe. No, that's not her. Yeah, there she is. Okay. There are two of them, two apart from each other, but one of them is a fighter. And one of them is a defender, and they look basically the same. It's just that one of them has a pointy hat and some frilly stuff. It's a chainmail? Is it chainmail? Maybe. I don't know. Can't tell. Looks kind of like a beard in the dark. But I'm assuming it's not, since she's obviously a female. So we're going to try this other one, though, that has, like, I don't know, some other design with a blue thing in the middle. I bet that's her. It is her. Edith. Excellent. All right. Defender... with the holy light above her, Edith, the defender of the Watchguard, is both the shield and lance, wielding the sanctified light's power to defy and repulse all formidable adversaries. Alright, so she has an AoE physical attack. That's nice. Range boost? Hey, who do we put the range boost on? I wonder. All damage dealt scales off of defense. When deployed, immediately gains 2 stacks of equine aegis, which is... when taking damage, consumes 1 stack of equine aegis to reduce this damage by 30%. Each stack of equine aegis owned increases damage dealt and healing received by 10%. The hero can have up to 5 stacks of equine aegis. So that's cool, definitely. So the more of these she has, the more damage she deals. And she also gets increased healing received from it as well. That's awesome. Alright, then we have the physical attack. She hits 2 ahead of her. And, yeah, okay. Then we've got Dauntless Charge. Now that goes up 4 spaces ahead of her for her ultimate. When the skill is activated, each attack deals 150% AoE damage to up to 8 enemies in range, lasting for 15 seconds. The first 2 basic attacks during each ultimate will knock back the enemies with 2 times strength. Now, I knew she was knocking them back. I didn't know what the circumstances necessarily were of that, because I've been using the the automatic auto attacks on there. And so I hadn't put it together that it was when she does her ultimate, that's when she's knocking back the enemies, but that's pretty cool. Good to know. She has shield recharge. She gains 1 stack of equine Aegis every 40 seconds. The first 2 basic attacks during each ultimate reduce the skill's cooldown by 1 second for every enemy hit. And that lasts for 40 seconds. Well, I mean, it recurs every 40 seconds, I should say. Interesting. So the longer she's out, the more damage she deals, and the more healing she receives. Yeah, cool. Warrior's Resolve. If the hero takes no damage, increases defense by 3% and physical damage reduction by 3% every 6 seconds, up to 15% defense and 15% physical damage reduction. Okay, cool. So if she's just sitting over there, but the effect disappears upon taking damage. So if she's sitting over there not getting hit, then her defense and her physical damage reduction go up over time, up to 15% more than she would be. And as soon as she gets hit, that immediately drops down. So, interesting. All right. Okay. That's definitely good to know. So that's one of the ones that I have and that I remember. Oh, she's a centaur, looks like. All right, cool. Let's get out of here. There's nothing I can do to level her up or anything like that. So it's just, it is what it is, you know? We also have Lucius in there. I don't know what he does either. Let's check him out. All right, Lucius is a marksman, and it says he's piercing, marksman, piercing. It's also from the Watcher group here. Lucius, corrupted by demonic power, constantly faces the choice between light and dark. I'm telling you, the dude is Jonah Hex. He's absolutely, as soon as I saw him, right, he's got the whole getup. He's the cowboy vampire hunter. If you don't know who Jonah Hex is, look up Jonah Hex sometime. It's definitely Lucius. Okay. These people who made this are comic book fans. We've got the Joker and Harley Quinn. We've got Jonah Hex. There's no way this is not Jonah Hex. All right. Despite this relentless torment, Lucius holds fast to his will, unleashing deadly attacks. Bug of Joy says he doesn't have the disfigurement. So I'm going to argue that in the early books of Jonah Hex, where in the first introduction of Jonah Hex, where he becomes what he is, and I guess I won't give that away more than you already have. I'm going to say he didn't really have a disfigurement. Okay, let's see here. He hits in a pretty good little range there, but not great for a marksman. I guess average marksman hitting. Okay, he has offensive dispel. That seems good. He has anti-air. What else we got here? Obviously, I mean, he's a marksman. Of course, he's anti-air, right? A single target. Every 2 pursuits triggered inflicts the hero with 1 stack of damnation. So the intensity of damnation received. The higher the stacks, the closer to demonic embrace cannot be dispelled. Well, that's... Alright, I guess we're about to read about that. When damnation reaches 5 stacks, how do we get these stacks? Hold on. So we have a 25% chance. Okay, hold on. We have 25% chance to launch a pursuit every time we hit the basic attack successfully. And every 2 times that happens, so we're talking now at this point, 1/8 of the time. 1/8 of the, if this has to happen twice. So we can assume 8 hits on average in order to inflict the hero with 1 stack of damnation. When damnation reaches 5 stacks, so if it takes 8 to get 1 stack, then we're looking at 40 attacks to trigger this demonic embrace and fear his rage. Increases damage by 200% and reduces attack interval by 30%. Each basic attack is guaranteed to trigger a pursuit. And this is during demonic embrace. So once you hit it, then you're going to be able to hit it more often, or not more often, but you'll be able to get back to it more quickly. So it's going to take a minute to get there the first time, and then after that, it's going to happen a lot more often, I would say, judging by what I'm reading here. So it says during the effect, cannot activate the ultimate, restore rage, or be inflicted with damnation. Okay, so no, that's wrong, because you can't get damnation while this is happening. But you are triggering pursuits. So it's just like burst damage, basically. And that's if you have the talent. Okay. Let's see here. It's just a regular attack, but it does prioritize airborne units. And it's notably physical. He has exorcism. Loads the weapon with sanctified bolts, increasing damage by 20% for 20 seconds. Basic attacks and pursuits deal an extra 100% damage one time. The next basic attack dispels up to 5 buffs from the target upon hit. Now that sounds good. Yeah. When activated, dispels all damnations inflicted. And the hero won't be inflicted with damnation during the ultimate. That's kind of a shame, isn't it? Because we want to build up the damnations and be inflicted by those so that we can trigger demonic embrace, right? I don't know. And then we have Tainted Spirit. During the effect of demonic embrace, every attack ignores 20% defense. During the ultimate, increases single target damage by 20%. So Tainted Spirit has an advantage during the demonic embrace, but also during the ultimate. Then we have Crack Shot. When attacking the elites or bosses, the trigger chance of pursuits increases by 10%, and basic attacks restore 8 extra rage. So he would definitely be a good guy to attack the boss with. Okay, that's another thing that's good to know then. Alright, cool. I'm curious about his story. I want to see if it lines up with Jonah Hex, but we'll wait on him. We'll come back to that another time. Maybe when I get him in this part of the game instead of just in there. We'll investigate that a little more. But I am curious if he is, in fact, he has the storyline of Jonah Hex. Alright, let's see here. Let's go over to Borut because his Dwarven Association offerings have refreshed. Let's do a smart purchase. Nothing there of note. Let's do a free refresh. We have 3 of those a day. Let's do one, do the smart purchase, nothing. Do another one, smart purchase, nada. I know that you guys think that I should buy some of these guys up here. I'm not into it. Maybe sometime, not quite yet. I still have to do some Tales of the Smith, you know? Let's refresh this again, and smart purchase, nope, nothing. Alright. Now, we got some background fights done over here, so let's check out our rewards. We got 83,160 gold coins, 12,850 XP potions, 2 Arcanum crystals, 500 Vault in the Sands trophies, 500 Great Conquest points, 10 Scalekin Shaman Demon Soldier shards, and 10 Elite Skeleton Archer Demon Soldier shards. Let's check out the arena. We can definitely refresh this. Okay, we've got poor old Tominus over here. Poor Tominus from Romania has 69,351 BP. And some elf girl with some long ears over there, so let's go after him. He's trying to get knocked down, I think, out of this league and into the next one. So we can help him on his quest, hopefully. Or he comes from behind and slaughters us. That would be cool too. I'm down with that one, honestly. So here she is. Oh, she's the little tentacle girl. Alright, she's Narissa. Black Swan Elegy. I've read her a few times. When casting the ultimate, consumes all atrophy and dispels debuffs from allies. Oh, I didn't get to read it. but I heard dispels debuffs from allies, and that sounds like a good thing. So that was Tominus with 69,351 BP. And stats show that Idril did the most damage with 402,984. That girl, whose name I've already forgotten, is it Nerissa? Perhaps it's Nerissa. Nerissa did 0, which implies to me that Nerissa is a healer, probably. Let's see, did she heal anything? No, she didn't, because no damage was taken, right? So, no healing occurred. What a shame. Alright, here we have 3 arena coins, 8 dual champion points, and 8,000 gold for that. Alright, anything else? I think not. I think these guys are all a little high. I might could do the 381,983 guy up with this Russian fella here. But I'm not sure, and I don't want to try it when I'm not fairly confident right now. So, out of it. Let's see. We have some rewards over in the orchestra. Let's see what they are. Of course, it's the only remaining thing. It's the 8 gear recasting hammer shards. So that's cool. If I could stay in the top 3, I could get some of these Dawnbringer shards. I would like to finish getting those, but I think I'm on track to do that anyway. Let's go and look, actually, at what's going on with that. We've got down here the shard assembly, and we have 50 out of the 60 that we need to be able to get the Dawnbringer. We have 14 days and 2 hours left, so I think we're going to get that. That's pretty cool. I want it. I'm all for it. Let's work on that. Okay, now, what do I want to do? Let's see. I think I'm going to come over here to the quest. We performed a summon, and so we get 2 4-star psychic power shards for that. We've got the box at the top to claim, so let's claim it. 40 diamonds there. Easy peasy. We could level up a hero 3 times, but I want to kind of save my XP potions, because I think I'm going to be getting Lady Mina, if nothing else, fairly soon. So I want to save those for leveling her up for now. Let us check on the events. We got the single throne over here, which is Ancestral Legacy is where we've got the reward at the moment. Let's click on that, and it's going to be for making that summon happen, which is going to give us a Skeleton Bones die. You know, it's funny, as I was saying, that you can choose your place to go with Skeleton Bones. That's incorrect. It's the Dragonkin Bones that you get to choose with. These are the ones that you roll, and you just take what fate hands you. So let's do it. Let's roll. We got a 2. That's going to be a question mark. It's this dude. Hello, traveler. It's remarkable how one can encounter the most unexpected people in the most unforeseen places. Okay, now I think maybe I go with It's All Fate. No, that's the wrong answer. Okay, wrong answer. 20 Dragon's Gold. Okay, back out of there. Do I have anything else? Not really. No, nothing exciting over here. So the question is, do I go and do some Dracula event, or do I go and do the summons? Arivian says, one thing about Lucius is that he does dispel. Very useful for Titanic runs during the shield phase. Other heroes that can do the same would be Kajiri, Vorn, or Lyra. I don't have Kajiri, Vorn, or Lyra. I don't even know who Lyra is. I have vague knowledge of Kajiri, and I've seen Vorn a lot of times in Arena, and he is very good DPS in there. I've seen him really just blow some stuff up. He seems to be able to take out a good group of people very quickly, as far as I can see. Yeah, I don't have Lucius in the main game yet either. I see him a lot in Arena. Tons of people use him in there. Kajiri, I know that you guys have talked about a lot of times. Alright, now, let's see. Let's go over to the event calendar and just see what's going on, what's starting, what's ending today. We got the vault and the sands that started today. That's participating in Gear 2 to win trophies and redeem rewards. This one I keep putting on autopilot in the background. Brave Conquest is looting gear and meteorites. That ends today. So really, I should probably throw some more stuff at that just to take advantage of this, because I still have quite a few I could claim on here, and I've got plenty of leftover stuff. Stamina, that is. That would be the stuff in question. So sure, I may as well go and do that before I start other things, but let's go back over here and see what else is going on. Tales of the Smith is still going, Duel of Champions. Ancestral Legacy does end today. I thought it did, but I wasn't sure. Alright, so the main thing is we do need to come and throw some stuff at this Oracle's Legacy and try to get some of that Brave Conquest stuff from it, I think. Seems to make sense. Let's go to Auto Fight. We'll go to some silly number, press start, and then we'll use a couple of these stamina potions. And we can send this to max, which is 18 times, and give that a press, and that will continue in the background while we do other things. What other things you say? Who knows? First, methinks I will go to the arena and see how long. Okay, 7 minutes and 43 seconds is how long we have left. So kind of keep that in mind. I'm going to go and summon some more guys right now, I think. And that will also help with the Dracula events. You get some quest rewards from summoning different things, different amounts of people. Alright, I think if I hit like 160 summons on here, which is in 7 moves, that might be the right time to go over to the Bloodletter Invocation of Spirits. However, I don't have all that much in the Wood of Diamonds, so I've got to be kind of careful because I do want to get Lady Mina. Also, I can get one or the other, right? For sure. Either get a legendary over here, which may or may not be a Dracula event guy, or I can ensure that I get Lady Mina over here. I mean, I guess I don't have to be too careful because we've got quite a ways, quite a long time left to do this, so it doesn't have to be, today. We got 12 days left in 2 hours, so I figure I'm gonna have enough by the end to get her anyway, but let's throw a few more at her before we switch over. So let us summon. We got Rogers, the 2-star defender. Stalwart and loyal, Rogers can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. But yes, Irving, I agree about the Dispel. That's pretty cool, and I'll have to try to remember that. Here's Maureen, the 3-star marksman from the Infernal and Purist factions. The best part about her is that she is in 2 factions, so you end up being able to use her, especially early on when you don't have many choices for people to use. She's not the best, and more than anything, she's annoying. But at least you can use her in both factions. So there's that. Captain Reeves' first mate at your service. Maureen bombards enemies with her explosive ultimate. Now let's summon again. And this time we got Arlo, the 2-star fighter. A masked man of the people, Arlo's a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. Peruvian says, have you counted your summons from the last legendary? Right. I did last night, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but like I said, I think it's about 20 more than what I have on the Lady Mina summons. And that's what I'm saying. If I go to about 160 on her, that should be a safe spot to switch over and do the other ones. We got Arlo again, 2-star fighter, and he's a man of the people, He's a local hero. And then we have Spring, the 3-star healer. As rejuvenated as the season itself, Spring can heal multiple units at once. And she's Autumn's sister. And Autumn is pretty good. Definitely someone that you can use when you don't have the really good healers later on. Really good, like AoE healers. Here's Spring again, 3-star healer. Autumn's sister. She's like she's not the great sister of the two, right? So you've got Autumn and Spring, and Autumn is just distinctly better than Spring. Here's Rumnose, the 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the drink. Healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. Rubian says, yeah, 160. Yeah, that's about where I switch. Yeah, well, it'll be 180 on my pity summons. I think around 180 would be 160 here. I traditionally like to try to max out the pity before I hit somebody, so I'm not too worried about going a little over. Aaron is a 3-star healer. Gifted, if not impatient. Aaron uses AoE to heal units and provide debuffs. Let's see where we're at, how many more we have. Okay, we're at 161, so let's switch. Let's go over to Bloodletter, Invocation of Spirits. Now we've got to select a guy here. Who do I want? What are our options? We have a lot of options. We don't have all of the options, but we do have a lot of options here. Some of them okay, let's do unowned only, just so we can see what's available. I've seen very good things from Rune Hollow here, this guy. And then, okay, so I've seen him a lot. This Draylen guy I'm using in the Dracula's castle thing. And he's pretty good for what he is. I don't know that I would want to go for him. I've seen this girl over here. This is Harley Quinn down here. She's got a name in this. It might be Twyla. I'm not sure. And I know that she pairs up with Hex. And I think she has some pretty good benefits for arrogance. I feel like maybe she does something with burning. I looked at her before. Arubian says, ooh, decisions. Yeah, it's tough. Okay, I think this is Butterfly Girl. I have her in the Dracula's castle too. There's the elf with the long ears that we just saw a few minutes ago. It looked like she was some kind of healer or something. And there's the other girl who I've now forgotten the name of. It's Edith, right? Edith. Nazar is very, very good in Arena. I can tell you that. She's very good. He is very good. Looks like she, but it's a he. It's one of the ones that does the tripping up. I've seen this dude here. I know you don't know who this dude is, but he's right beside Xeris. I've seen Xeris, and I've seen this plague bearer, plague doctor, the plague doctor beside him, but I can't remember his name. The bronze Egyptian dude, I've seen him too in Arena. And then beside him, we got Vorn, all right? He's the one we were just talking about. Oh, Rubian says Artemis. Artemis is the plague bearer, plague doctor over here. Then we have Lucius, right? So we've got a little experience with Lucius. See him often in Arena. That's why I knew his name. And I also see him in, obviously, the Dracula event that we're doing right now. Now, this over here, I've seen in Arena too. This bird guy, I think his name is Eris or something like that. Then, beside him is that girl that I thought was Edith for a whole second, but is actually not Edith. I don't know who she is, but I have seen her before. It's not a beard, it turns out. It is, in fact, something. It is something. It doesn't really... I'm not sure. It doesn't really look like chainmail to me, but maybe. It's hard to tell. Yeah, the image is a little small. Then we have that guy. The monster dude, third from the right. He has a name too. I've seen him in I think somebody had him on friend assist for a long time. And then beside him, I've seen this guy a lot in Arena. His name is Beelzebub, and he does good work. And the Numera over here, I think that's Numera anyway. Love the green-haired girl. And then beside her, I tried to get this chick. I can't think of her name, but I think it starts with an M. And she's pretty good. She seems to be very high DPS defender. She does very well. Arubian says Callista. Callista is probably, we're talking about the girl in helmet here with the possible attempt at chainmail. Okay, then who else we have to choose from that are familiar to me? I've seen this guy. I think his name is Boreas. He's like this ice giant or something. Then there's the crazy girl beside him. I don't know her name, but I have seen her as well in arena. I've seen the dwarf guy too before. I don't know his name, but I've seen him. Um, the Lynx over here, I've seen in arena a few times as well. And this is Raisin or Ryzen. I see him pretty commonly in arena, and Hex as well. Then we got this lizard dude over here. Now there's two lizard dudes over here. One of them, they're both healers. Okay, so both of these lizard dudes are healers, and I've seen both of those. I think I may have seen maybe both of those in arena. I'm not sure. Definitely, I've seen both of them. To be fair, I don't know for sure where I've seen them, but I know that I've seen them. And the girl in between them with the spiky crown, I see her fairly often in the arena too. Don't know her name or anything about her. But let's see here. Who else do we recognize? Okay, that girl there who's from the Chaos and Infernal faction, she's somebody. She's the redhead. I think she's pretty good DPS as well in the arena. I think she's one of the ones who takes him down pretty good. And Silas is very good as well. He's the blue guy over here. The Piercer faction, marksman, very good. And then another bronze Egyptian dude. I've seen him before as well. Then we have Nyx up here. She's very good. And I think the dude beside her is called Abomination or something like that. I think it's Abomination. All right, let's see. Oh, hey, there's some weird looking guy. I think Bucket Joy has this guy. He looks like an ogre a bit. I feel like he's an ogre, maybe. Or I don't know. Maybe. Other than that, we've got this girl here. I don't know what her name is. I want to say her name is Elowen, the green girl, but she's a healer. And then beside her is Calypso. Calypso does very well. The girl beside her, and I'm stretching on this, it might be Zilla too. Not sure. Bucket Joy says I have him in the Dracula thing, talking about probably that ogre guy. Then we've got Hatssut over here. Hatssut is high DPS, very good. And then Salazar, I think this dude is, maybe that's his name or something like that. And I've seen him; he does very good in arena as well. So who do I want? Of these options, like, what is the best? I do like Hatssut. She's very good. But I also really like Neza. He is also really good. So right now, topping my desires out of these, I've got to say it's either Neza or Hatssut. Because they are impressive out there. Rune is pretty good, but I think he's probably outclassed in the arena. I don't know about other areas. That's the biggest thing. Like, I don't know how good are they in other places. Hex is also very good, but Hex is a little unpredictable because sometimes he gets out there and he doesn't do nearly as much. Other times he gets out there and he wails. I mean, he just slaughters me. So, I'm not sure. I feel like he's a little bit more of a wild card. Perhaps he's a joker. Who knows? Leaning toward Hatssut or Nezado, definitely. Now this other guy over here is very good as well. Salazar, whatever his name is, lizard guy to the left. It's a tough choice. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people who would be just amazing, really. Let's look at things. It looks like Hatssut is part of the Nightmare faction, which speaks to me because I have a decent Nightmare faction set up. So she's a marksman, which I need more good marksmen for sure. And she's also in the Nightmare faction. Let's see. Nezha is in two factions, which is good too. It's a Watcher and also something else. Something else that's not a Watcher. Northerner? Maybe. No, Northerner's got a different emblem in it. Esotericist, right? Esotericist. So Northerner and Esotericist factions, and she is a fighter. He is a fighter. Man, I'm good at this. Okay. It's a tough thing. Which one do I want? Nezha or Hatssut? I'm trying to think. I've seen both of them on banners before, tried to pull for both of them, was not able to. I don't think that I've seen one of them available more often than the other. Because if I did, then I would rather go for the one that's available less often. Now, as far as that goes, Rune Hollow I have only seen on one banner, and that's, of course, when he was introduced. He is also a marksman, but he's from the Piercer faction. I don't have the strongest Piercer faction. So I have some decent fighters. So maybe I want to increase my poor representation of marksmen. Aruvian says plays Jeopardy music, right? Yeah, I know. I'm going to spend the next hour talking about which person I'm going to get. Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to get Hatssut and then probably not Bowler anyway. All right, let's do it. Move forward. Okay, now, let's see if we can get her. Okay, cannot be changed once summoning begins. Yeah, I get it. I made my decision. Let's go. Alright, starting off, we have Rex, the 3-star defender from the Watcher faction. Unyieldingly loyal to the commander, Rex uses sword and shield to stun enemies and deal AoE damage. He's the first guy you pull in this game. Don't pull him, you just get him. And then we're going to follow that up with Sheilor, the 3-star fighter. 2 X's are better than 1. Sheilor's blood surge throws her into a frenzy. Then we have Liam, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. Unshakable and accurate, Liam can attack multiple enemies simultaneously from an impressive distance. And then Camille, the 3-star healer from the Watcher faction. She's the first healer that you get in this game. Camille is ever the sight for sore eyes. Channeling the power of the holy light, she'll patch you up in no time. And then for Narvi, 3-star fighter. A most inquisitive adventurer, Narvi makes a great companion, bolstering heroes and reducing costs. She seems nice. And then Hayden, the 2-star fighter. Hulking and tanky, this trusty warrior can reduce hero summoning costs. And then Overall, the 3-star fighter. The epitome of a berserker. Shields won't help when he enters your rampage. Aha! Fancy. It's Nazim, the 4-star mage from the Esotericist faction. He's getting a little friendly with his blade there, I notice. Beware the Scalekin spellsword. Nazim can summon a phantom blade which steals enemy HP for allies. Yes, in fact, I think I was using him in the Esotericist faction trial, even though he was like level 1, as essentially like another healer. So, I feel like he does, because I think he does like a flat percentage style heal. I think it's like, he does like 2%. I think he heals for 2%, and I think that later on, when you promote him up, he can heal for more, like 3% or something crazy, you know? Something like that. It's not bad in that regard. The good news is I probably have a bunch of blues that I can sell also. Here's Bogru, the 3-star fighter from the Watcher faction. He's a lord. I used him quite a while, for a while. Quite a while for a while. Bogru is a roughneck faction leader of the Watch Guard. His mechanical fists wreak havoc with burn damage. But I don't think he inflicts burning, interestingly. It's crazy to me how many things are related to burning that don't inflict burn damage. Or they don't inflict burning. Here's Glenn, the 3-star defender. Devout to the holy light, this reliable defender turns to prayer in order to deflect and reduce damage. And then we have Wormnose, the 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the drink. When healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. And then Hollow, the 4-star healer from the cultist faction. Shrouded in enigmatic mystery, Hollow rejuvenates allies and regenerates rage. She's very useful in many locations. And Hayden, the 2-star fighter who's hulky and tanky even though he's a fighter. It's kind of weird. Here's Peter, the 2-star defender. Wielding his great mace, Peter defends the weak while in constant search of his lost love. What a guy. Oh, Aruvian says, oh, what you drinking tonight? Got cranberry pineapple juice. Yum. Hey, that sounds good. What I have is a, what do I have actually? I think I have a cinnamon dolce coffee at the moment. Wormnose, 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't stay out of the drink. Healthy. He's mighty hard to take down. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of cranberry juice, but pineapple juice is good, and cranberry pineapple sounds pretty good. And you can get through cranberry juice when you put your mind to it, but it's just like you'd rather not. A little bit on the, I don't know, bitter, or something side. Astringent. There's Wograk, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Wograk slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. I feel like the pineapple would counteract the cranberry effect, though. Here's Peter again. He's the 2-star defender who's going around defending the weak, looking for his lost love. It's a sad tale. You should read it sometime if you haven't. Here's Oakley again, the 3-star fighter. The epitome of a berserker. Shields won't help when he enters a rampage. And then we've got Spring, the 3-star healer. As rejuvenating as the season itself, Spring can heal multiple units at once. Let's summon again. Hopefully soon we'll get that. Oh, I think this is it. Yeah, we did. We got there. Excellent. See what we got. Oh, well, we got that guy. Is this the guy we get? I don't know. Don't know who he is. Aruvian says Hatssut. Awesome. Very cool.
Very well. Welcome to the realm of the dead.
Yeah, she's definitely got on one of those Egyptian death masks. Mouth would not move.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Alright. Well, Hatssut it is. Arivian says, yeah, it's not as tart as regular cranberry. It has a good mix of sweet and a little tart. Well, that's cool. Bugajoy says she's pretty good. Arivian says cool cinematic. Yeah, no, I think she is pretty good. From what I've seen in Arena, she does very well. So I'm hopeful to add her to my roster there. So she's a 5-star marksman from the Nightmare faction. All good things. Savagely beautiful, this immortal sharpshooter's out for blood. Her whirling ultimate is catastrophic. Very nice. Like it. Let's say okay here. And then we're going to go back. Well, first of all, we're going to claim these 15 diamonds that are just hanging out over there. Then we're going to go back to our regularly scheduled program of trying to get Lady Mina. So we've got 39 more summons to go before we're guaranteed to get Mina. Let's go ahead and start heading through that. Yeah, Bugga Joe, you have Hatssut, don't you? Here's Amelie. Amelie is a 3-star marksman. I've seen her being used before, like at the very early stages of Arena, whenever the role was very low tier. I would see Amelie sometimes. A huntress not to be trifled with. Amelie's spears are deadly accurate and greatly reduce enemy defense. I don't really know anything about her. I may have used her at some point for something. I don't remember. And here's Nero, the 3-star mage from the Cultist and Watcher factions. He is a lord of the Cultist faction. Nero is a flame-cloaked master of AoE damage and faction leader for the Cursed Cult. Crank the heat. Let's summon again. And we have Nunya, the 3-star healer. Let this woman's magic soothe your soul. Nunya calls upon the jungle to heal her allies and bolster defense. And we're going to follow that up with Wograk, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Wograk slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. Just one of the many green goblins in this game. And Nero once more, the 3-star mage from the Cultist and Watcher factions. His daughter is Soleil. And once more we have Wograk, the 2-star mage who uses his putrid magic to slow his enemies. And then Ryder, the 2-star fighter. Obsessed with Arlo, this double-bladed warrior mimics his every move and can heavily increase his own attack. And then we have Barclay, the 3-star fighter. I'm not sure I've ever used Barclay. Something about him just strikes me as not very good. When deployed, Barclay raises the defense of nearby allies, and that ought to be good, right? His pike grants him decent range, but I've just never thrown him into anything, even early on. Maybe it was a while before I got him, and I don't know, but I don't remember ever using it. And now we have Gilbert, the 3-star fighter. Stained crimson, this feral beast rouses allies with his war cry and goes berserk when health is low. I don't actually remember using Gogren either. Maybe I have, but I don't remember it if so. And here's Rex, the 3-star defender from the Watcher faction. It is interesting that they call them Watchers, but they also call them Watchguard. And I find that about other things too. It's kind of strange. Unyieldingly loyal to the commander, Rex uses sword and shield to stun enemies and deal AoE damage. Commander's right-hand man. And we're the commander, right? Here's Liam, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. And then Hayden, the 2-star fighter, who is hulking and tanky and reduces hero summoning costs. Then Gogren once more, the 3-star fighter who is stained crimson. And Hayden again, the 2-star fighter. Hulky? Hulky and tanking? Man, I don't know. Hulking and tanky. Here's Barclay again, the 3-star fighter that we just got a second ago. Eruvian says, with Hatssut, Lady Mina, Yuri, Dao-chan, heck of a lingo lineup for anti-air arena. Not sure where lingo came in there. Well, Who knows? I mean, that's interesting because all of those are also female. So Hatssut, Lady Mina, Yuri, and Chan. That's interesting. Here's Decimus, the 3-star fighter. Relentless to the T, this undead warrior stays in the fight even after his health has been depleted. Buggajoy says, I got Raisin or Ryzen recently. What do y'all think? Do you think it's Raisin or do you think it's Ryzen or do you think it's Ryzen? Here we have Voltus, the 3-star mage from the cultist faction. He's like dude number 2 that you get, and he looks just like this when you get him. But then as you promote him, he changes into this dude instead. It's kind of odd. Voltus, assigned to protect the commander, possesses electrical powers of mysterious origin. Beware his devastating storm. Then Walgrat, the 2-star mage. We know all about him. He's running with a band of thieves. Ruben says most say rising. Buggajoy says pretty sure it's Japanese, so I'd say it's like rising. If it is Japanese, then yeah, it would be more like rising. But I don't know if it's supposed to be or if it is or not. I'm not sure. Here's Walgrat again, the 2-star mage. He is making an appearance over and over tonight. I kind of like to call him Raisin because it's funny to me. He's this blue Raisin. But here's Etril, the 4-star marksman from the Watcher and Piercer faction. Etril's prowess is legendary. Her limitless shots ignore range entirely to suppress the enemy. It took me forever to get Etril. I finally did, but man, it took forever. And then after I got her, then I was able to awaken her fairly quickly, much more quickly than it took to get her once. There's Halder, the 2-star fighter. As a traveling mercenary, Halder seeks to repay a debt that saved his very life. Buggajoy says Rai as in lightning, I think. Interesting. Here's Ryder again, the 2-star fighter. Obsessed with Arlo, this double-bladed warrior mimics his every move and heavily increase his own attack. And Elikos, the 3-star marksman from the cultist faction. Not every day you see an ivory-skinned goblin. With frosty arrows that inflict slow, he just can't miss. Ergen thinks it's probably more like Rise On. Here's Dagna, the 3-star defender from the Northerner faction. Mighty things come in small packages. Dagna's a North Throne faction leader, able to greatly heal herself. Now, I think that somebody told me that Dagna created the hands for Beirut, which is interesting. I haven't read her story yet, so that's interesting. Here's Spring again, the 3-star healer. As rejuvenating as the season itself, Spring can heal multiple units at once. Buggajoy says, so happy I got a different Northern Lord than Dagna. Who'd you get? Because I think, and I don't know who I have other than Dagna. Or if I have a Northern Lord other than Dagna, I'm not sure. Here's Langland, a 2-star healer. Langland is as devout as can be. His healing magic dispels negative effects, keeping allies in the fight. Oh, Buggajoy says his name's like Elder or something. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I've seen Elder in Arena. Buggajoy says he's got a big hammer. There's Rex, the 3-star defender from the Watcher faction. Unyieldingly loyal to the commander, Rex uses sword and shield to stun enemies and deal AoE damage. I noticed that it's 103 also gets, which means multiple things. One, it's getting late. But the other, I need to go and check Beirut's Dwarven Association here in a minute so that I can see if he's got anything fun on there. Alright, Hayden, 2-star fighter. Working in Takey, this trusty warrior can reduce hero summoning costs. We're getting pretty close to the end here of this Lady Mina summon. We got Draga, the 4-star defender from the Nightmare faction. a fierce orc fighter burdened by heavy blood debts. She eventually breaks free from her heartless slaughter. What an interesting sentence. Like, she was out there heartlessly slaughtering people, just completely uncontrollably. And then she's like, oh, thank God I broke free from that, you know? How interesting. She deals damage with her formidable defense and has the ability to recover HP during combat, ensuring her sustained fighting prowess. She's just out there mercilessly killing, like Lobo-style, wailing on folks. And then she's like, what, she took a break? I don't know. Weird. Arubian says Elder got a buff awareness back. Still a bit underwhelming, but good in Matrix, and I've seen people using in Malrix. Alright, let's summon again here. I think I'm right up there at the end of this. We got Jonas, 2-star fighter, the classic drunkard with a spear, and I don't think he's made an appearance during this summon session yet, so that's cool. He may be a deserter, but he sure can bolster himself in a fight. Buggajoa says he's my only lord besides Dagny, so I'll take it. Absolutely. Rubian says, well, perfect. Absolutely. I don't know who the lords are in the Northern faction, so I'm kind of low on Northerners, I think, for the most part. Let's summon again. I should have checked to see what number we're at, but after this one, we'll check. Alright, we got Idril again, the 4-star marksman from the Watcher and the Piercer faction, and she's, of course, very good. Let's get out of here and look. We're 192 out of 200, so 8 more summons to go, and then we're going to get Lady Mina. And I have enough diamonds to do it, so wonderful. Ruben says King Hearts. I've seen King Hearts, and I've seen him in Arena very once in a while. Alright, so we got Walgrak, the 2-star mage once again. He is just hanging around, you know. Him and his clones are needing a job. And we have Jonas again. He had been not hanging around, but now, you know what? What's happened is we've come upon the bar, obviously. We hadn't been. We'd been out maybe at the market, and now we have hit the bar, and we're getting Jonas and Walgrat. We're just getting it all sloshed. We got Rome Nose, and we've hit that part of our recruitment session. Here we have Estrid, the 4-star fighter from the Northerner faction. Chiseled like granite, this muscle-clad beauty has a chance for a double strike with each basic attack. I think I've used Estrid, but I don't really remember much about her. Urban says Rivenhold. Rivenhold, that's a familiar name to me, but I can't place it. Arubian says, I'm surprised you haven't rolled a soul day, but I have a soul day, so I do have that one. If that's a Northerner lord, then I have her. There's Drogo, the 3-star marksman from the Piercer faction. There's nowhere to hide. Drogo's massive range and AoE ultimate will have enemies scrambling for cover. Now, I think this might be like 196, so this might be 197, right? If it is, then we have 2 more after this. So this is Arlo, the 2-star fighter. A masked man of the people, Arlo is a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. So this would be 198, if so. Or maybe that was 198. That was 198, this is 199. Gogren, anyway. Gogren, the 3-star fighter. Stained Crimson, the Sparrow Beast, rouses allies with his war cry and goes berserk when health is low. Let's see. We'll find out. So this must be 199. So this is Hayden, 2-star fighter, bulky and tanky. This trusty warrior can reduce hero summoning costs. Arubian says, yep, she's a lord, and Rivenhold is on the ancient banner. Guessing that's where you saw him. That sounds right. Yeah, because I was trying to do that. There were a couple people on there. One of them was part of the Dracula event. Was it Count Dracula or one of the Dracula people? And the other one was someone else. Maybe it was Rivenhold, yeah. Highly possible. All right, let's see. I think this might be the last one, potentially. I think this is number 200. So it should be Mina if so. And it looks like it is. All right. Cinematic in our future. Lots of rose petals in this game, or something like that. And some kind of flower petals like to float around. All right, Lady Mina, the 5-star mage from Northerner and Puresher factions. With a scholar's wisdom, she explores the darkness, and with a lover's heart, she embraces eternity. Reason collapses before the blood oath as dissent becomes the final faith. Okay, I don't know anything about her except for using her in the Dracula event. So we've got a little more familiar with her. And as Arubian has mentioned, she is similar in some ways to Mari. She does some slows and some stuns and some damage. Arubian says, I don't think Mina's hat is large enough, but definitely Kentucky Derby material. Nice. All right. So, 222 heroes stored in backup storage at the moment. We'll have to get to those at some point. But fortunately, we did get Mina and we did get Hatssut. So that's pretty cool. Yes, Ravenhall. There he is, sitting on the goat over here. So yeah, Count Dracula and Ravenhold are together on this banner, and you're probably exactly right, Arabian. I'm sure that is where I saw him. On the Divine Summoning, nothing special, but yeah. Okay, cool. Let's claim these 7 rare summoning crystals over here. Excellent. Now, get out of this, and let's go to the background fights. We got 87,780 gold, 13,600 XP potions, a little variety of gear, 560 Vault in the Sands trophies, 560 Brave Conquest points, 10 Scaled Shaman Demon Soldier Shards, and 10 Imperial Pharaoh Guard Demon Soldier Shards. Ruben says, "Grats on Mina." Thank you. Absolutely. Let's smart purchase here. Nothing exciting. And then let's go. Actually, I think I want to level up Hatssut a bit. Because I don't know about Mina, right? Like, Mina used to be on Arena all the time, doing crazy stuff. But then she hasn't been ever since she got brought back down to a more normal level where she was intended to be. We've got to delete some people or something here. Whatever shall I do is the question. Do I want to? Let's see. First of all, let's see if we have anybody who can awaken anything for me. Because I definitely would like to do that if I have anyone. I kind of don't know that I will have anyone who can awaken anyone, but I don't know that I won't, so we'll find out. No. So, in that case, let's pop out of here and go to attributes, and then we can sell some of these 3-star and 4-star guys. Well, 3-star guys. Apparently we don't have any 4-star guys waiting in the wings. So let's sell these guys and get 630 diamonds here. Arubian says probably need to get from the backup storage. Absolutely, with Hatssut I would have to, but I've got to clear some room first, so we don't have it. We got our 630 diamonds, and we have 21 slots to grab some folks from the backup storage. So let's go do that. 21 slots. Open. Ready. I clicked the button back. Go to summon, not to heroes. For some reason, I always click heroes to try to get people from backup storage. Because in my mind, that makes sense. But in this game, that's not the way it is. So we need 21 people. We're just going to start from the top. Maybe we can awaken some people or something like that. And at the very least, we can get some diamonds. So let's go back over to heroes and then awaken. And see if we have anybody ready. Looks like Mari, interestingly. All right. So there's a quick awaken button. I just discovered it. What does it mean? Quick awaken will consume undeveloped Mari by 1 from storage. Remaining undeveloped Mari copies 0. Confirm quick awaken. Locked undeveloped heroes will be automatically unlocked and used. That's a cool button. I should notice it occasionally. Why don't I use it? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's going to be 1 either way. But let's see. How does it work? Is it just like normal awakening? Okay. So now her redeployment time is negative 10 seconds. That's cool. She comes out more often. We got 1 4-star psychic power shard. Buggajoy says, you can bulk dismiss the rares from the backup storage. Yeah, you can, but the problem is sometimes I need to use them to awaken people. So I never know who I have and who I don't have to do it. Viridian says you got an achievement. Awesome. Did not notice the achievement. Very cool. So then we have Abi Zhao, who can do awaken. Let's just click the quick awaken button. Why not? Even though it's only 1. I'll take it. Attack plus 5%. We got 1 4-star psychic power shard for that. Then we have Lunaria over here. We'll quick awaken her too. Let's do it. And we got attack plus 200 for that awakening, and we got 1 4-star psychic power shard. I say shard, I mean token. Here we have this guy. It might be Olog, potentially. And so we'll awaken him as well, bring him up to awakening level 4. And all damage reductions plus 5% for that. We got 1 4-star psychic power shard there. Now, who else do we have? Oh yes, I think this is Midan, possibly? We're going to quick awaken. It is Midan. It says so right there. Excellent. Buggajoy says, yeah, that's Olog. He's pretty good. I just haven't done much with him. During the ultimate, reduces damage taken by 10%. Cool. We got a 4-star psychic power token. I said the word right that way. I'm happy with myself. Let's quick awaken. Oh, we have 2 of these guys. This is Cyclone. So 2 of them. Sure. Sounds good. Let's do it. That brings him up to awaken level 5. Multiple awakenings complete. Return to the awaken page to view the awakening effects. Now that's a dang shame though. We got an achievement that time too. We got 2 4-star psychic power tokens for that. But now I gotta go look. What was awakening 4? It was penetration plus 5%. And awakening 5 enhances a couple of things. It looks like Gale and Wind Cage. Inflicts curse on the target after knocking them back. Now, curse says that cursed units are unable to perform basic attack for 3 seconds. Pretty cool. All right, move on down here. We've got Scorch. And Scorch, we can quick awaken him too. I've been using Scorch in the faction trial. Attack plus 10% for 3 seconds when hitting more than 2 enemies simultaneously. Cool. We got 1 4-star psychic power for that. Then we have Cyrene down here. Cyrene, we got 1 awakening on her. And attack plus 200% and 1 4-star psychic power token. Okay, then there is this chick. Her name is Estrid. I have 1 of those. And that'll take her up to awakening level 4. And for that, She will cost 2 less to put out. That's a nice thing to get. We got 1 4-star psychic power token for that. And this is Dolores, I think. Yes, I was right. Great Grand Dolores. And we're bringing her up to Awakening level 1. The inspiration effect of graceful dancing. There's 1 4-star psychic power token. And I didn't finish reading it. Effect of graceful dancing increases by 20%. Inspiration increases attack proportionally to the caster's attack. While this effect is active, other buffs affecting the inspiration do not take effect. Additionally, the caster is immune to such buffs. Alright, that's all of them that I currently have. We're down to 209, so we can get 11 more people from our box over here, our summoning box. Backup storage, and we can get 11. Let's do it. And now we're down into the blues at that point. Alright. Head back out, go to heroes. And let's see here. Awaken. See what else we can do with what we have. Okay, we've got Sandy over here. And she can be awakened once. Ah, Rubian says, you missed Nazim? Think I saw a red dot. Very possibly. I will go back and check. Triggers mania when casting the ultimate skill, Chain of Healing. Well, that seems good. We got a 4-star psychic power token for that. Okay, let's go back up. Did you in fact see a red dot? It's so difficult because the red hearts make it very, very difficult for me. I don't see one there unless I'm just missing it, which is, I'm not going to say I'm not missing it. It's possible that I'm still missing it, but we've gotten back down. I didn't see it on the way up or the way down, so I'm going to assume for now that there is not another red dot this time on that area. Should be more down here. I see this, I believe, is Nazim, right? So we have 2 of them, and that's going to get us up to Awaken level 5. That's neat. And we'll go to the Awaken window in a second. We got 2 4-star psychic power tokens for that. And then we will click on Awaken Core. Gave us Rage Regen Auto +1. And number 5 gave us damage. Cursed Blade ignores 25% magic resistance. That's cool. Nazim is interesting. Let's go down. And here we have this chick, whatever her name is. We have 1 of her in storage, so let's confirm this. I forgot. I could have just looked at who she was. We got defense +100 for that. And 1 4-star psychic power token. And I already looked at that. I wanted to go and look at who she is. It is Draga. Alright, Draga. And here we have someone. Ardath. Ardath, we're going to awaken up to Awakening 2. And that gives him 750 more HP, and we get 1 4-star psychic power token. Okay. Then this is something Najira or something. Whoa. The Sierra is currently being used for fusion and cannot be used for quick awakening. What does that mean? Like, it just means that she can be fused, or he can be fused. Whatever the situation may be. I'm not currently using them for fusion, so I'm not sure. Let's unlock and awaken, because I don't have any interest in fusing them. I know they could be. Oregon says, okay, back, was it right, or was it a heart? I think, okay, so Nazim did need to be leveled up, but Nazim was not above, Nazim was below. So we got attack +200, so possibly we're definitely right that we got a Nazim. We got 1 4-star psychic power token. And then I misclicked some good at things. Try again. Unlock and awaken. And then the 2 strikes triggered by basic attack deal 20% extra damage. Well, that seems good. And we got 1 4-star psychic power token for that. Back out here and let us search red dots. Out of red dots. That's promising. Alright, so we did all of the awakenings, and we had, I think it was 213. But I was thinking about it, Bugager. I think you're right. I think I don't have any more blues to level up to awaken further. So I should be able to just bolt dismiss them. You're absolutely correct. Let's try them. Throw those over there, and we'll just dismiss them and get some diamonds. Glancing through anyway, just in case. But yes, I think you're right. So we get 2,610 diamonds for that, which is pretty good. We still have a large number. Let's just see how many we have of these. We have 103 guys left. That's crazy. I'm not going to dismiss them because I might use them to eat people later. Who knows? Okay. A large supply, that's for sure. All right. Arena. I gotta check the arena over there. I don't have anybody to fight. Let's refresh. And do I want to take a risk on Aviator, the Ukrainian fellow here? Could do. Probably would get slaughtered. Not necessarily. Hard to say. They have Egil and Hex. And that looks like Van Helsing. I don't know anything about Van Helsing, but I suspect he's pretty good. And then they have Lady Mina and Lunaria. They have 361,772 BP versus 319,472 that I have. I don't know. It's a tough call. Not sure that I could take them. Maybe. I think I feel safer with around 350,000 than I do with 361,000. So we'll just come back later for that. In the meanwhile, you mentioned that I got some achievements. Let's go check those out. Over in the collection, we have own 25 epic purple heroes of Awakened 5. We did that, and so we got 10 achievement points and 50 legendary awakening tokens. We also own 30 different legendary orange heroes, which gives us 1,000 diamonds and 20 achievement points. We got a medal for that. What is it? It's very purple. It has a helmet on it and a book. Tap to close. I don't know. I don't know what the medal means, but we have a medal player profile. Let's equip it. What does it do? I don't know. Let's look at this. Hall of Honor. Hall of Honor is a showcase for your honor medals that can be obtained through achievements. The acquisition time of each medal will also be shown. Medal quality. Medals are divided into 3 quality levels: copper, silver, and gold, which represent the difficulty to obtain and have different visual effects when displayed. Medal priorities. Some medals are obtained from achievements that contain the same challenge but differ in difficulty levels. Such medals belong to the same medal set. Only the medal with the highest quality in a set will be displayed. By obtaining a higher quality medal, you can get the lower quality medals of the same set automatically. Tap a medal to see the corresponding medal set in Pro. Equip medals. You can equip medals via the player profile page to display them to others. A maximum of 5 medals can be equipped at the same time. It's really clear on why we want to do that, but there are a number of medals. It doesn't seem to have any advantage from what I just read. I didn't see anything that said like we gain any benefit from having something equipped. I guess it's just a visual thing. All right, out of here, and then let's see what more. probably I better check in with the flying guinea pig over here and see what's going on. Okay, claim the Tide Onslaught rewards. Let's go ahead and do that. Looks like also I need to challenge Drake's Chasm another time. Let's just claim this. That's fine. We got 40 legendary skill dust, 376 talent points, 48 epic skill dust, 11,000 gold, 90 stamina, 104 rare skill dust, and a few demon soldier stars. We got a fallen reaper, an elite skeleton archer, and a lizard fly imago. Irivian says, do you have enough promotional material for Mina or Hatssut? Oh, to promote them. Yes, I understand what you're saying now. If I don't, I could get it for either one. Challenge Drake's Chasm 2 times. Let's go do that real quick. Let's see. I think I fought Nightmare 3. And so let's do Nightmare 2 because somebody has attacked. Let's see who attacked. You? Look at you. Did you? Yes, it was you. Yeah, we'll do it. Let's auto fight. And see what we get. I don't quite have enough for the exclusive artifact for Mina yet from the shard assembly though. Let's turn on the overall statistics so that we can see how this looks. It's always fun to watch. But yeah, I think that I'll probably be able to get that artifact pretty soon. So I think I lacked 10 shards for that whenever I checked earlier. I don't think that I've gotten any more shards for it since then, but I think that there's quite a bit of time left on it, so I will get it if I don't, probably not today, but I will get it before it's over. Irvin says, think that artifact for Mina goes for another week. Yeah, something like that. There's still a good bit of time on it, so I don't have much question about it unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. I should be able to get that. Maybe sooner rather than later. We'll see. Yeah, plenty of time, absolutely. All right, so we got 14,754 dragon blood for that fight. And just a quick look at the stats. Sokoden's topped it at 44,081,200, followed by Xena at 23,920,000. And then, we still got a couple more. I guess I'll look these. Setrum at 21,089,800 and Arrogance at 20,807,800. And, some of these are not especially useful. Now, Wrath just gets thrown out and picked up. It's just to boost Arrogance's damage a little bit. Idrin does, he does pretty well. He sometimes does very well and sometimes does pretty well. Lubu, not so much. All right, let's get out of here. Looks like that finished off Nightmare 2, so that's cool. All right. Now, out of Drake's Chasm, we got Guild Quest, challenge Drake's Chasm 2 times, and we claim that 20 guild coin, 20 guild activity tokens, and 5,000 gold. All right, excellent. Now, quests, we've cleared Tide Onslaught rewards one time, we claimed them one time rather, and we can now claim this one stamina potion sample. Level up heroes 3 times, haven't done it yet. Let's go throw something into Hatssut at the now that I have pulled her out of the bags. She should be way down here somewhere. We're looking for gold, and if I go right by her, just let me know, because I'm prone to doing such things. In fact, I probably already have gone by her. Oh no, there she is. Ha! That's great. Okay. So we shall upgrade her. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna take her to max level because I have what it takes to do so. Let's do it. And then can we start her up? Let's see. Not quite. Close, but no cigar. All right, promotion. We can definitely do some promotions. All right, first promotion. I notice of a sudden that she's rather blue. She has soul torment. Attack bounces to one more target, with the total bounce damage multiplier increased by 5%. Each enemy hit also suffers from defense reduction for 10 seconds, which reduces their defense, obviously, by 10%. Cool. All right. And then we'll promote her again, which is going to expand her range, which is always great. I like to expand range. Very nice.
To the realm of the dead.
Okay, it also, of course, increases her attributes a little bit. Promoting her again.
Welcome to the realm of the dead.
Up to promotion level 3. And we've got Ghastly Stealth. When deployed, gains invisibility for 20 seconds. Meanwhile, each kill increases attack by 5%, stacking up to 5 times and lasting for 8 seconds. That's crazy. And then boosted the attributes, of course, as well. Now, we could go and get the materials, but I'm remembering right now that I have a whole bunch of these insignias in my bank. So why don't I get that? So it's the marksman's that I need. Insignia of Marksman 3. How many will I need of these? Probably a good lot. Let's see. 175. 215 is how many I need of these. Insignia of Marksman 3. Let's grab them. Let's put some background pets going too. Alright, back to the bags. We're looking for Insignia of Marksman 3. Where do I go here? Material? Probably. Now, where are the little chests? Are these them? They are. Alright, Marksman 3. Let's get all of these. Don't want to choose now. We do. We want to get the Marksman 3s. And we need a bunch of them. So, that would be 80. Let's do that. We needed 200 and, did I say 215 total? So 80 would bring us to 135. We still need. Let's use this. No, we'll do this one next. So, Marksman 3. So then we'll still need 105. And then 75. And then 50. If I can select the right things anyway. So then we could open one of these and have a new. Alright, back over to, well, let's do quests real quick and claim this for leveling up heroes 3 times. 1 stamina potion sample there. And, very good. Okay, now over there. And then, what was I doing? Then we go to heroes, right. Leveling up, loading rather. Hatssut, wherever we may find her. I should have added her favorites, but I didn't. So, ooh. There she is. Okay, let's add her to favorites real quick. Make life easy. And then, so we can't star her up there yet. Let's promote her. Urubian says Hatssut is very nimble. Her gymnastics classes are paying off. Alright, so we increased our basic attributes. Now let's promote again, and we'll enhance your basic attributes again.
The realm of the dead.
Okay, now we're at the part where we'd have to start her up. We only have the 4, but we can pretty easily, I think, get another one. So let's do it. Brings us down to hardly any XP potions left, howsoever. So that's a shame, but we have enough to start her up with. Let's do that. And that increased all of her attributes yet again. We won't really be able to level her much. We'll level her a little bit. That brings her up to 51. Got some skills we can increase. So I do have dust. So we've got physical attack increased. Damage per hit is now plus 2%. Ghastly burst damage increase plus 10%, and initial rage plus 40%. Invisibility duration plus 5 seconds, attack increase duration plus 1 second. That seems good. Ghastly stealth, invisibility duration plus 5 seconds. Physical attack damage per hit plus 2%. Soul Torment splash damage plus 1%. And now we've hit the area where we would need skill crystals. I don't feel like throwing those in on this. Alright, just kind of looking around over here. What do we got? Let's throw some gear on her. And let's see, what kind of artifact does it throw on? It says, increases damage by 15% upon killing 3 and increases the air's penetration by 10%. That actually seems fine. Let's enhance that. I'm alright with that. Alright. So she's not quite ready to throw into the fights, but she's getting there. Not too far off, and she'll be ready. Just gotta get some more XP potions. Let's check, by the way, open the trading post. Sometimes there are some there. At the very least, we've got some stamina, so let's grab it. 50 stamina, 50,000 gold, and 30 legendary skill dust. And then let's do... Well, ancient summoning shards are always nice. Let's go for some of those. 30 legendary skill dust, 1 ancient summoning crystal shard, and 1 4-star psychic power token. We'll also grab this one for the 1 legendary summoning crystal shard, 2 legendary skill crystal shards, and 1 4-star psychic power token. Then we have this, which is, I didn't catch the name of it, I was quite tight, and then I clicked before I told you. 30 legendary skill dust, 1 legendary summoning crystal shard, and 20 mithril there. Then we have Iron Fist Expedition down here, because I do like a legendary skill crystal. So, 2 mythic extract shards, 2 legendary skill crystal shards, and 30 mithril. And that's all I want to throw my resources at the moment. Alright. Let's get this background rewards here. 23,100 gold, 3,780 XP potions, a little bit of gear, 140 vault in the sands trophies, 140 brave conquest points, 4,400 extra gold, 720 extra XP potions, and a couple of extra pieces of gear there. Now we shall run that again. Get rid of 2 stuff. And auto fight here. Okay, let's see. Let's check the arena. And we'll refresh. Okay, we have this guy here who has 360,132. Again, almost within the range I'm willing to go for, but this team here with Yuri, Hatssut, and Meza, plus Dao Chan and Lady Mina is probably pretty significant. So I think I shall not. Okay, so all right, everything looks good here. I'm going to go over to Dracula's castle. I've got something God's Legacy. Looks like over in the summoning window, perform 200 summons in the event summon, and we get 100 family artifacts for that. Alright, we've done all of the summoning things. We've not done the exploration or the development yet. And what's up in the shop, I wonder? Oh, okay, that just means I've gotten some of these coins. What is this? You know, it's a mythic artifact, it says. Crest of Dracul, so that is the exclusive artifact for Count Dracula. Then we have the exclusive artifact from Dr. Van Helsing. This is the exclusive artifact for Vlad Dracula. Okay, cool. Good exclusive artifacts running around there. I would like to try to get all 3 of those if possible, and anything else that we get is just extra. Not tonight. We will not get them all tonight, but let's come over here. Because I do need to check on the 3 things I can get, the 3 refreshes I can get in the parlor. We got 2 repair parts, and you know what? No, I don't have time to do much on here right now. But let's head over to the parlor. We have enough storage there to be okay to go tomorrow. Oh, maybe. Okay, let's upgrade this. And then, alright, now, I wonder if that refreshed the window in it. I could have played that a little smarter. I'm not sure. Not really interested in any of these guys right now. So let's refresh it, see what we get. We do have this dude already, the Draylen guy. But Ruben was telling me that if we get the next, like this version of him, then we get it at a discount and we get the new, so like we have level 30 and we'll get level 40 instead. That seems like a good plan, so let's do that. Okay. It just did a little refresh of its own, but it wasn't to actually refresh the things. But while we're here, let's look at the abilities, because we can see them right now. Alright. Consumes all the Draconic Vigor and heals herself and allies in range 1 time for 100% healing multiplier. Each stack of Draconic Vigor consumed increases the healing multiplier by an additional 20%. 40% of overflow healing converts to a shield lasting 10 seconds. And we already knew that because we can see the ultimate. For every 10 instances of damage taken by allies in range, applies 1 stack of Draconic Vigor to the hero, up to 5 stacks. But we've also got single target heal, applies HP-based healing for 100% healing multiplier to 1 ally in range. When the hero blocks enemies, she strikes 1 blocked enemy, dealing 100% damage, and applies HP-based healing for 60% healing multiplier to 1 ally in range, which is super cool. And then, after casting the ultimate, applies final damage reduction to allies within ultimate range for 10 seconds. Final damage taken is reduced by 10%. often or only takes 90% damage. It takes effect only when stronger than the current buff/debuff on the same attribute. And then Pledge of Renewal. When taking fatal damage, consumes all the Draconic Vigor. Each stack of Draconic Vigor restoring 20% health. Trigger interval 8 seconds. Very interesting. So, how does she get Draconic Vigor? This is how she consumes it. And this is also how she consumes it. I wonder if we can click here. Yes. All right. Okay. Switch your talent. Damage scales off HP, applies AoE damage reduction to allies within ultimate range. AoE damage taken is negative 30%. When allies in range take damage, it converts to her Draconic Vigor. Okay. Excellent. So, that's good to know for sure. Ruben says after this, don't forget to collect all your sanguine blood. That's a good idea. Alright, let us refresh this page. Let's see what we have. Nothing too exciting. I don't know about this dude here. What's he got going on? Sandy in the Spirit. This is ultimate. Heals all allies in range one time with a 100% healing multiplier. And applies 15% inspiration to 3 allied units with the highest attack for 10 seconds. Increases attack proportionally to the caster's attack. While this effect is active, other buffs affecting the inspiration will not take effect. Additionally, the caster is immune to such buffs. Okay, then we have grants attack-based healing to one ally in range. Pretty decent range. When an ally in range receives AoE damage, they gain increased healing received. This effect can only be triggered one time every 40 seconds. Healing received plus 10%. And then Sand-Aegis applies AoE damage reduction to allies in range. AoE damage taken minus 5%. So lots of AoE damage reduction. That's pretty cool. Irvian says, Pharisee, get him. Well, I was leaning toward getting him, actually. I like all the AoE damage reduction. And it seems good. Yeah, I agree. Level 40 dude. So he's Pharisee. Interesting. Alright, and then let's refresh and see what we have. We got Baron. We'll grab Baron. We know a little bit about Baron. But for you who do not, his ultimate is Evil Armor. Casts a shield that can absorb damage equal to 70% of max HP for 10 seconds. When the shield disappears or gets broken, deals AoE damage one time. He deals damage to one enemy in front of him. And he has Immortal Wrath. Attacks deal an extra 20% damage one time. Upon receiving fatal damage, enters unyielding and stays alive for 4 seconds. You won't die from taking damage during that time. When unyielding ends, deals AoE damage equal to 50% of max health to nearby enemies. This can be triggered up to 1 time per deployment. Very nice. Grabbing him. And he's at max level, whatever that means for him. I don't know. I must have clicked the wrong button there somehow. Trying to click higher. Okay, so apparently I have them already. So that's much reduced to 850. I got him at level 10. Cool. Didn't realize that I had it. It's interesting. Alright, tap to close. And then get out of there. And as Iridian said, I need to get the Sanguine Font equipped. And we upgrade this. Upgrading will also claim all currently accumulated essence. That seems fine. Continuous production, 720 an hour. That seems fine too. 14,400 sanguine essence. And that leveled us all the way up to 37 and 34. That's kind of crazy. Alright, neat. Moving right along there. Territory. We get to claim all this different stuff. So we've got a little bit of wood, a little bit of stone, and a little bit of gold coins. Okay. I'm not going to fight the wolf yet. I fought it yesterday. I'm pretty sure I could kill it today, but I'm not going to do it because it's 1:54 a.m. and I've got to go do the zombie invasion real quick, I think. So we got the background fight to complete out here. 13,860 gold. 2,268 XP potions, a few pieces of gear, 60 Vault in the Sands trophies, 60 Brave Conquest points, 2,640 additional gold, and 432 additional XP potions there, which will give us a little more to throw toward Hatssut and her levels later. But first, I think I'm going to go back to the Oracle's Trial, go to the Gear Raid 2 once more, and we're going to throw some more fights at this. We're going to go ahead and go to Quick Clear, press Start, and then use a couple of these huge stamina potions, and then max, no, I don't want to max it, I just want to use the 8 Quick Clears that we have, that you get for free. Every day you get 10 for free. And so let's Quick Clear this. And then we'll turn on the auto fights. Alright, got that. We got 240 Vault in the Sands trophies, 240 Brave Conquest points, 55,000 gold, 7,200 XP potions, and a bunch of different gear pieces there. Now let's flip on the auto fights. That's got 10 more going. Get out of that. And then I'm going to pop over to the arena real quick. We got 2 minutes and 45 seconds before we can refresh it. Ruben says, could run experience rates in the background. Yeah, I could, but I want to try to get my Oracle's Trial up if possible. I've got a decent shot at getting some of these shards, I think, in a few days from this. And, why not? It's available. I'll do it. Alright. Not in all that much of a hurry. Alright, now let's go to events. And then Sanguine Throne, we have Crimson Quest. Consume 500,000 Euro XP potions. And for that, we get a huge stamina potion and a Demon Slayer's Medallion. And then on the challenge quest, we have perform 200 summons in the event summon, getting us 200 legendary skill dust and 2 Demon Slayer medallions. Then we have challenge Drake's Chasm 10 times, and for that we get 1 5-star psychic power token and 1 Demon Slayer's medallion. Let's see, we have a few more things that we can get here over the course of this. We're quite a while left on this event, so I'm not terribly worried about it. I'll get the guild donations probably tomorrow, or on the 30 guild donations. And they'll get the other 2 over time. So no big deal. We have down here something to claim though. It is a Hero Skin Choice Bundle 6. And it includes the Woodland Wildflower for Elwyn, Prince's Macabre for Nyx, and Ancient Summoning Crystal times 3. Irvin says, I meant to ask, have you done any more Foundry lately? Foundry. Is that artifact making? Right? I think so. Let's see what we have in that regard. Yes, Foundry. I was right. It is artifact making. Oh. No. It's armor making. I have 533 of them. So I could do some. Yeah, I have a good bit of this stuff. Urban, since I know you did a bit a while ago. Yeah, I did it. I did it once or twice. I just kind of forget it exists. What's this identifier? It's for when you get those question mark items in those zones. Okay, sure, we can do some. Why not? I'm gonna do it by 10 here. It's it is what it is, I suppose. So we got some pieces of gear there. Cool. Okay. And we'll do some more of it and get some more pieces of gear. All right, more gear. And then we'll do it again. Let's see. We don't have enough to do the by 10, but we could do the one by one, I suppose. All right. It's a Wicked Vengeance breastplate. Great. Ancestral Guardian weapon. Just realized, I guess it's possible for some of these to be exclusives, huh? We got Wicked Vengeance weapon again. Astral Guardian weapon. Light's Grace weapon. And a Light's Grace breastplate. Excellent, I'm sure. And now to forge with the smoldering scales. I think maybe one of these is for the stuff on the left side and one of them's for stuff on the right side, probably. Oh, look, we got one, because here's a little picture of somebody. It's the Butterfly Girl. I don't have the Butterfly Girl. Maybe I do. I don't think that I have Butterfly Girl. I have her in Dracula's castle. I don't think that I have her here. Tallulah. Tallulah's bangle. And if we had a Tallulah, then we could throw this on her. And it says, after enchanted ritual is triggered, all forest spirit effects heal adjacent allies one time with a 100% healing multiplier. I assume that enchanted ritual is her ultimate, but I don't know. All right, cool. And then what else? Odin says, click on it. Yes, to see the thingies. Oh, and here's one for someone else I don't have. Who is it? It's Helga. Wait, I may have Helga. I think I do. I think I summoned Helga recently. So attack speed plus 30 increases quill storms damage by 30%. Cool. All right. Hell's Lament Bangle. We got Morale Amulet. Morale Bangle. And the North Throne Ring. Exclusive for the North Throne. When deployed, increases max HP by 10%. Well, that's probably pretty good for North Throne folks. What's interesting is it's another one of those deals where they call it the Northern faction in a lot of places, but then they call it also the North Throne faction, just to trip us up, I think. All right, so there's that. And I think we still have the Tales of the Smith Ring. Let's see where we're at in that, because I can just level some real quick of those. Yeah, we do have it going, and there are some opportunities to get the Dawnbringer shards. Feels like that's not the worst idea ever to just, I'm just going to level some stuff from level 0 up to 4. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because, again, it is now 2 in the morning. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. But we'll do a quick bulk thing here, and we're going to bulk enhance up to level 4. Ruben says, fun, did decent stuff in there. Oh, awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right, so that enhanced 326 items, and we spent 841,100 coins on that. So there you go. Alright, the root has refreshed his marketplace. And there's nothing I'm super excited about over there right now. Let's check back in the arena. We can refresh it. I'm not feeling confident about the 360 guy. Probably should have done it, but I didn't do it. So it's fine. It's fine. Alright, back over to events. Tales of the Smith. We now have some things to collect. We've got 1 rare summoning crystal and 40,000 gold here. We're very close to some diamonds, and we're not too far off from getting that mythic artifact over there. Not, let's see here. Look, when do things end real quick? What is it that ends today other than, Scarlet Feast, Ancient Summoning, Bloodline Summoning, and Blood Letter Invocation of Spirits go on quite a while. So the only thing ending today is the Ancestral Legacy and the Great Conquest. And that's in 55 minutes for the Great Conquest. Might make it, well, we probably will make it to the rare summoning crystal here. I could make it further. I don't think it matters all that much to me, though, to get these items right now. It's not that there is anything wrong with getting them. They're just not that important at the moment. So let's go ahead and go back here. Okay, we still have a couple running, a couple of fights running, but maybe I want to put some more into it because it'll take me a little while to do the zombie invasion, even when I do it fast. It's not as fast as I would like. So maybe we can mess around for a minute in other places and let that run out. So, over in the mine, we have 2 diamonds, 2 insignia of mages, 3, 8 mithril, 5,200 gold, 18 stamina, and 4,500 hero XP potions. We also can come over and see if we have enough to get another level or 2 for Hatssut. Let's upgrade her. We don't have much, unfortunately. We can get her 1 level. There's 52 instead of 51, and every little thing matters, right? Alright. Promotion, we can promote her up. So let's do it.
Welcome to the realm of the dead.
Alright. So, increased all of her basic attributes, and she's very fancy in grade 6. Alright. Not much else I can do for her at the moment. So, let's look around. And, we've got 10 of 10 stages. Let's go on back to storage then. Probably have a couple more pieces here. So, let's bulk organize all of these. Bulk enhance up to level 4. And then I can go through some of this stuff real quick and at least sell it if nothing else, right? Me as well. Let us do that while we wait on that fight to finish. And once the background fight's finished, we'll just sell whatever we have selected, and that'll save a little time in the future for getting that part done. And there it is. So, sell this stuff, get 152,600 gold, and then pop out and go claim these background rewards, which are 46,200 gold, 7,560 XP potions, a little bit of gear, 240 Vault in the Sands trophies, 240 Great Conquest points, 10 Infernal Cleric Demon Soldier shards, 8,800 additional gold, 1,440 XP potions in addition, and another piece of gear. Peruvian says, I was hoping they'd put the skill merge in zombie invasion. We can hope, right? Yeah, that would be cool. The skill merging was pretty neat. Actually, I just learned recently that you can see what all the potions are that you can get and how to get those potions. And I've changed up my theory on it a little bit, but I'll go to that in a moment. First, I want to make sure we have some of these running in the background. So go here. We're gonna go auto fight and start. We use let's use 3 of these guys, and then um, start this running at max. It's 28 fights. There we go. Minimize, and then we go back out and head over to zombie invasion right here. So due to discovering that you see them, so what you can do is you go to gallery, and then so it shows you this, which is not. I mean, it's cool and all, but the other thing that I hadn't seen previously is this potion menu over here, and you get to see like all the different stuff about it. So you've got them ranked, advanced, special, basic, and you can see what each of them do. And so it's pretty cool because the ones that get added to the shop when you have the elixir casket, it's actually only these 3 potions. You get the meteorite potion, the fallen phoenix potion, and the ultimate AoE potion. And that's it that gets added with the elixir casket. So you have to ask yourself if these are worth it or not. Like me, I'm going dark and light mostly because I'm doing potions. And in dark and light, already you end up getting the fallen phoenix most of the time with that. The ultimate AoE potion, is it worth it to put your whole tool into this to get the ultimate AoE potion one time and the meteorite potion, one choice? I mean, the meteorite potion is very good, don't get me wrong. I don't know. Don't know if it's worthwhile or not to get that elixir casket. I'm going to try it without now that I've seen this. And so I've selected that in here. And for now, I've traded it out for this power crystal. Gains 2 extra HP after killing an enemy. That's negligible very quickly, but it's with a chance to immediately trigger 1 skill pick, which is the key point. What I wonder is what % chance is it that we have to trigger a skill pick from this? If it's a reasonable amount, then it's very, very good. If it's very, very rare to get 1 skill pick, then that's no good. It says that the trigger has a cooldown. It doesn't say what the cooldown is, and it doesn't say what the chance is, which is really this is difficult for me. I need more numbers. I find that I don't get enough numbers in this to make good decisions sometimes. So I'm not sure, but I'm going to try it, and we're going to see what it looks like. And I don't know. We'll find out. Ruben says, interesting. I like your thinking. Yeah, it is interesting. That finding that is definitely a game changer in my opinion. So I do still have the potions overall in there. There's another thing that gives you coins. I might try that instead of some other things. We'll see. Let's go with the tornado. Yeah, let's see how often it triggers. Correct. And of course, it requires me to notice when it triggers, which is a whole other problem. Because I don't know that I will be able to tell. Instant XP potions can appear in the shop. Yes, okay. We don't want those things. I'm going to refresh. And I'm still unable to get more refreshes except through those monster increase windows. So let's get Blazing Bolt here. And then we have all 4 that we need. Let's go ahead and get Wind Force 2 for that extra 20% across the board. We've got Punishment of Light 3. That's going to deal extra damage with, according to how much gold we have. And then we get damage plus 40 with Wind Force 3. We don't get the benefit from the other side stacking, but that's okay. Let's do Celerity 2 on the Springer Sticks to make its cooldown faster and deal that damage. Let's go with Curse for the dark damage plus 50%. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Light is doing the most at the moment. Blazing Bolt is number 1. Razor Edge 2 makes sense. Dark damage plus 10%. Let's see. These aren't the best. I want, what do I want? What do I? Could do the single target damage. Could do attack plus 40. You know what? We're going to go with the single target damage plus 30%. Okay. I'm not loving any of it, but I guess I'll go with the Blazing Bolt damage plus 40%. Bounce attack 2, damage plus 20%. We're early in the game, so I'm going to go with this Rebirth 3 to start building that up and get the dark damage plus 20% there. Let's get Lightning Chain Bounce attack plus 1 because more triggers is better. Let's get Blessing because that goes along with our potion idea. We got Split 3. It's nice. Damage plus 40. Peruvian says, since you didn't grab the coin relic, try and get the fortune bolt. Maybe. Yes, maybe. We've got a couple of things going on here. I like Myra, but I would like to get the biggest one, my 3. I will get the Punishment of Light 2 to increase our light damage by 10%. Doing okay on those numbers there. Let's get Wind Force 3 for the damage plus 40%. I think it's a tough thing to get the Blazing Bolt cooldown minus 0.5 seconds of the Blazing Bolt quantity plus 1. I think I'm going to go with the quantity plus 1. Maybe that wasn't the best decision now that I think about it. We have a couple of options for refreshes and one for dark damage plus 20%. I like all of these things. So whatever shall I do? Let's go with the refreshes in the middle here. We're at wave 9 at the moment, by the way. Let's get the Blazing Bolt cooldown minus 5 seconds, 0.5 seconds rather than the damage increase. Let's do triggering Blazing Bolt every 2 seconds. Then we got, man, I wish I could get that light and dark damage when the Twin Nature is very good, but can't do it. So right now, light damage is doing the most. Let's lay into it and get light damage plus 30%. Let's get Blazing Bolt cooldown minus 0.5 seconds. Not loving this stuff here. Let's it's a tough call, really. I guess I'll expand the single target damage increase too. Not sure that was the best option, but okay, overdrive 3. The fact that they're getting up to the gate already at wave 12 is not promising. We got Circuit Forbid 2 here. And then light damage increase 2. Let's go with single target damage increase 3. Let's do Ricochet to get that damage plus 50%. Crit rate plus 10%. It feels like, yeah, that's what I'm going with. Gotta try to grab the crit rate when you can, you know? Let's get the overdrive 2. Not loving it. I suppose I'm gonna refresh this actually. Pursuit 3. This is terrible. Okay, let's see. Tornadoes at the bottom of the damage could increase it by 80%. Don't think I like it. Spring of Sticks cooldown -1 second. Sure, let's just do that. Chance to strike twice. Sounds good. Yes. Getting slaughtered. It's so rough. Expansion 3. Okay. Well, let's do. Let's do a refresh. Okay. Man, it's tough. It's tough times in this round. I suppose we're gonna increase the tornado damage plus 60%. It's terrible. It's just almost a waste. Not quite, but close. We need to get our light damage up. So I think so. Yes, that's where most of our damage is coming from right now. Let's do the one on the far right. And this is terrible. I suppose we do overdrive 1 on the lightning chain. Man. We have enough gold now, so let's go light damage plus 20, attack speed plus 20, and restore rage, 10 rage per second. And hope that helps a little bit. Okay. I suppose lightning chain damage plus 80%. Man, following up on our fence over here. Let's do expand tornado range and damage plus 20%. It's terrible. It's terrible go of it. That was wave 20. Even though I need to go to bed, I gotta redo that. Like, I gotta check and see, was that just, I don't know. It was rough. Blazing Bolt did 48% of the damage, Lightning Chain 21%, Spring of Sticks 16%, and Tornado 13% there. That was just miserable right there. All right. Okay, let's try it again. All right. Now, I don't know. I didn't notice it triggering. I mean, it probably did trigger, but I didn't notice it. So I'm going to try something else. Let's try unequipping this, and then let's see what other things we have. That's increases by the amount of luck, increasing the damage. That's the elixir casket, which in addition to adding the special potions, it also increases the ultimate duration. I think I did turn those on. Okay, the ancient coin increases 10 extra gold every 3 seconds, which is pretty good, right? I mean, that's 100 every 30 seconds. So every minute, you're getting 200 gold. Is that worthwhile? I'm not sure. Maybe worthwhile. There's also these, right? So you can get the Dark Mastery and the Light Mastery that give increases in damage and skill spawn rate. Now it says skill spawn rate. What does that mean? I'm uncertain. But it says it increases damage. It doesn't say by how much. It doesn't say, I assume it's damage across the board. But what does it mean, skill spawn rate? How often do you get the skills, in addition to what you would be getting them? I think that all of this matters, and I don't know the answers. But I think, oh, also about that gallery, it tells you like what you need to get in order to get certain merging to happen too. So it's a pretty cool window. I need to look at it more. Why don't we try this one? Let's take Stormbreaker. Each point of Light Master increases damage and skill spawn rate. Aruvian says this time try getting Dark to level 15 as soon as you can. Eh. We'll kind of see how it goes, I suppose. If I was going to do that, then I would want to start with the Dark, the Obsidian. We can try it. We'll see. Alright, let's fight. I was gonna go with the light one, but it's fine. Okay, so we can get Spring of Sticks or we can get Tornado right off the bat. Obviously, for me, Spring of Sticks, it makes the most sense. So, there we go. Let's turn on Ultimates. Now, let's go for Tornado, because obviously that's dark. Speed this up. That's another option. We're going to increase our Tornado because we don't want either of those things. Let's get Blazing Bolt. Don't want any of that, so I'm going to refresh. We will increase Tornado. Lightning Chain. And now we have the 4. Let's get Reaper 2 and start on that. Curse is good. Now I'm going to go with Punishment of Light 2. I know you want me to go with Dark, but I gotta do what I think is right here. I'm going to refresh this because I don't like these. Let's see. I don't have anything here that really stacks. Overdrive says increases lightning chain trigger chance during the ultimate, but I'm not sure that it stacks. I'm really not sure of it. I'll go ahead and get it, but I'm not certain. All right, now we have 430 to work with here. And with that, I'm going to do dark damage plus 30%. We got increases tornado effect duration. That seems good. Single target damage plus 20%. Got a damage plus 20%. Ooh. I almost feel like I should go with Punishment of Light 3, but I'm going to go with Expansion 2 on the tornadoes instead. Get damage plus 20% and expands tornadoes. Both of those things stack. Spring of Sticks damage plus 40%, I guess. Okay, gonna go with Blessing to go our potions route. Balance attack plus 1. Not great, but I guess if I have to get something like this, I'm gonna get Mire. Irvin says I don't think it does. Yeah, it's something about the wording makes me think it doesn't. Let's do Blazing Bolt damage plus 40%. And let's have a look at this. We got Blazing Bolt at the top, followed by Tornado, then Spin of Sticks, then Lightning Chain. Let's get Overdrive 3, because if nothing else, it increases our ultimate effect duration by 8. Okay, so out of these 3, we definitely want that extra skill pick here. Let's get Overdrive 3 over here. Overdrive on the left. Now we can get the light damage increases dark, or light master increases dark damage, dark master increases light damage. I like that. Let's get split 2. We already have this, so I think we will get dark damage increase 3. It's questionable, but I'm doing it. Let's do ricochet. Chain blade 2. Yeah. Let's do circuit halt 3. Ah, man, my 3 isn't there. It's nice. I'm doing circuit halt 3. Okay, let's get proliferate 2. Okay, there is burning here, but I want to get that light damage plus 30% instead. It's in line with what I'm doing, right? Alright, Wind's Blessing 2. We got Wind Force 2. Erubian says, would love to see Nether Calamity show up. Not sure what that is, but let's do Infinite here. And then Expansion 2. Well, let's see. What do we have here? That's not wonderful. I think we go tornado damage plus 40%. It's not lovely, but whatever. It's fine. Dark damage plus 50%. Oh, there it was, he says. I wonder. I didn't notice it. Charge 2. Okay, let's get light damage plus 20%. Let's do luck plus 12. And attack speed plus 20. Let's get expansion 1. I think intensity. And that unlocks Domain of Sticks. Deals 150% dark AoE damage to all enemies, knocks back all enemies, and inflicts slow on them. Cooldown is 20 seconds, which is very nice. Let's get dark damage plus 20% here. Rage Regen 3. We've got Spring of Sticks damage plus 40%. Let's do Celerity 3 here. Okay. XP plus 6,000. Rage Regen by 15. The other two things are useless to me, and I don't have the refreshes or the gold to spare for it. So, Overdrive 2. Let's go with. I don't think I have Smash yet. So, yeah, let's get Smashed. We got Expansion 3 over here. Weaken. Arubian says, now we're cooking, right? So we got nowhere to run. Every hit triggers lightning chain split, which is really nice. We got, I'm gonna go with Overdrive 2 on wave 21 at the moment. Razor Edge 3. Okay, we could get the refresh counts up, or we could get our light damage up. Dark damage is top at the moment. Let's go ahead and get refreshes while we can. It's the only way to get refreshes with this going on. We have 1976, which is great. So I'm going to get this burning potion. I'm going to write it down so that I don't end up getting the same thing again. So we got the large burning potion. And I get that mixed up with the dark burning potion. I can never remember if I got it. So we're going to get that in the XP plus 6,000. And we're also going to get the freeze potion at this point. And then I could refresh by getting the fire damage plus 20%. I don't have 800 left to work with. We're on wave 25. Let's go ahead and do it. Well, that's a shame right there. I wish I could get that lightning chain potion, but alas, let's get the light potion and the XP potion and call it a day on that. Okay, decisions here, honestly. I like celerity, and I also like single target damage increase 3. I'm gonna get celerity though, because that's damage plus 30%. The other thing is single target plus 40%. That's more specific. And I'm gonna go smash 2 on this. Alright, let's get damage increase 3 on the tornado. Circuit fault 3. Let's get combo. And let's look at this. We've got Spring Mystics at the top, followed by Tornado, then Lightning Chain, then Bison Bolt. You guys are starting to get halfway down the page, which is not great. Let's get Celerity 2. Okay, so we got the freeze potion already. What we don't have is the Styx Surge potion. Enemies hit by Springer Sticks and Domain of Sticks have a chance to trigger lightning strikes. Enemy gold drops are doubled, and 5% of gold is converted into attack. Now that's very nice. We're going to grab that. So I'm going to write that down so that I don't get hit again. Styx Surge. All right. Now, let's get XP plus 12,000 and attack speed plus 30. And then we're going to skip. We got Celerity 2 here. Expansion 3. Rubian says, "Aw, I'm not sure why." However, we have the Lightning Chain potion, which is really nice. It means that Blazing Bolt has a chance to trigger Lightning Chain. So, Lightning Chain is getting written on my list of things, as I need paper and pen for this game. Alright, grab that, and then we're going to grab the Light Damage and the Rage Regen. And then skip forward. We're going to get light damage plus 20%. Expansion 2. Alright, let's get XP plus 12,000. Luck plus 12. And we'll go ahead and get attack speed plus 20. I know I'm going to skip. Let's get Spring of Sticks cooldown minus 1 second. Because, hey, we need more Spring of Sticks. All day, every day. Let's get Wind's Blessing 2. Now, which one of these do I want to do? When Tornado disappears, deal 60% AoE damage once, or the more tornadoes, the higher the attack speed. Let's go with self-destruction. Why not? And then we get Fallen Phoenix Rage, which is a cool little thing to have. It's not bad. Arubian says, saying, "Oh, when you refreshed, and it has that nice potion." Oh, yeah, that was That was a shame for sure, but that's okay. No biggie. Okay, we didn't get the Springer Sticks potion because that's the one with the fence reduction. It's not as good. I will go ahead and get it because I have plenty of gold right now. But I'm gonna get this tornado potion. I'm gonna write it down. My brain just doesn't work. All right, so let's get that, and then we're also gonna get the Spring of Sticks potion. Even though I normally avoid that one. And then we'll get the single target potion as well. I have enough that I can throw one into fire damage, but also I don't need to yet. And I can get advantage from having the coin, so we're gonna skip it. Because right now everybody's still at the top. So I'm feeling all right about that situation right now. Let's go ahead and get the gold plus 200. We got circuit for bid 3 over here. I guess we'll get execution on this. All right, let's get dark damage plus 30%. And the XP potion. I already have the freeze potion. I don't have the burning potion, but I don't think I care about that right now. So we're gonna go ahead and skip. If it was a large one, I would have gotten it. But being a medium, don't need it yet, you know? Let's get circuit for bid 3. Irvin says you missed another calamity again. It adds another pool of sticks. Yeah, I just kind of scan across and look for certain things, you know? That's all right. Let's go for... It's a tricky one here. We got attack plus 10 or gold plus 200. We have a lot of gold right now. Let's get our attack up. All right, we got light mastery plus 1, dark damage plus 30, and crit damage plus 30. What is our crit rate? It's not very high, I don't think. 5%, virtually nothing. Almost worthless. I will go ahead and get the fire damage just to refresh. And we'll get the XP plus 12,000, light damage plus 30, and crit rate plus 6. That was worth it. Let's get the physical potion to refresh this. Let's get the crit rate plus 6, very nice, and luck plus 12, and then good on that. All right, fortune 3. What do we have in the way of fortune right now? Do I have a fortune? I don't. So let's grab that. We'll get our gold up some more. Okay, we got light damage increase 2. Okay, dark damage plus 30%. Single target damage plus 30%, XG plus 6,000. And then we'll get this fire damage just to refresh the screen. We got light damage plus 30%, dark damage plus 20%. We have this burning potion. Let's go ahead and grab it. I haven't got... No, wait, I did get it. I did get it. Not getting it. Okay. XP plus 6,000, sure. And then we'll go ahead and skip. Yes, we will. Pursuit 3. Let's see here. We'll do overdrive on this. They're getting a little bit closer, so I'm going to have to start using my coins a bit more. Definitely hitting my fence. That's not grand. Let's get an extra skill pick over here. And we got fortune 3 already. Let's get split 2. Okay, crit rate plus 10%. We don't have the dark burn potion, so let's grab that. I'll write it down. Dark burn. XP plus 6,000, and then we're going to get this fire damage to refresh. Let's get the crit rate up. Crit damage, rage regen, and XP. We got XP, light damage, attack speed. I'll go ahead and get the physical damage to refresh that. We got the crit rate plus 10. What are we at now on that? 47, not too shabby. AoE damage plus 20, luck plus 8. And I think let's see how that goes. All right, we got celerity 2. And then I suppose light damage plus 50%. Where are we at right now? It's not great. That's all right. We'll do it. Definitely getting beaten upon pretty heavily here. All right, we got bounce attack 2. Not looking real great. We're far from the next level, so it's not wonderful. All right, let's get attack plus 60, rage regen, and then let's use a refresh. And we have freeze potion already. Let's get the XP potion. That'll help a lot. Light damage plus 20%, AoE damage plus 30%. Let's grab the Winter's Breath that we already have, just to refresh it. We got dark damage plus 30, XP plus 12,000. Let's use another of our hard fought refreshes. Let's get light mastery plus 1, yeah, sure. Crit rate plus 6, AoE damage. All of these things are fine. Single target damage. We already got the dark burn potion, but we can get a crit rate up. XP and attack. Let's see where we at. We're at 59% crit rate. That's not terrible. Do I use the 375 to get the dark burn better? Because we're getting just slotted out there. All right. Let's get the XP potion and the rage restoration, and then just see how it goes. All right, we got pursuit 3 here. Light damage plus 70%. Let's do shock. I rarely do shock. Let's do it. We got divine judgment. Deals 180% light damage to all enemies one time and executes low HP enemies. Cooldown up to 30 seconds. Okay, continuously triggers blazing bolt. Do I have that? I don't have that. Well, let's get it. Alright, so blazing bolt potion. Or if I do have it, I didn't write it down. It'd be sad. And then a light mastery plus 1, sure. And then skip. Alright. It's not great. Things are bad over here. Let's do, I guess, gold plus 200. You die now. That's okay. Wave 65, it's a little bit better than wave 20. So look at this. Spring of Sticks did 53% of the damage, Blazing Bolt did 21%, Tornado did 20%, and Lightning Chain did 3%. Not too shabby. Alright, getting out of there, and over on the quests menu, we challenged 1 time daily during the event, giving us 10 auto-fight attempts, and we challenged 9 times during the event, giving us 10 ancient summoning crystal shards. Very good. Rugen says 65. Very nice. Well, thank you. Brave Conquest over here. We've got a couple of rare summoning crystals tonight. I'm alright with that. Okay, cool. Let's see. We've got some background prices playing here. 138,600 gold, 21,160 XP potions, a bunch of gear, 720 vault in the sands trophies, 723 conquest points, a couple of different kinds of demon shards. You've got 10 scale from shamans and 10 chaos shamans. Then in our additional rewards, we've got 26,400 gold and 4,032 XP potions. Okay, now, what was I thinking? I remember. Haha. I remember. It's great. Brave Conquest, because that ends in like 10 minutes. And let's see, we're not close enough to get there. I could by using some quick, what are they called? Quick something attacks that you needed to do. Who knows? Who knows the names of things? Quick clear, perhaps? Something like that. Let's go to the arena, where we can most certainly refresh it. Oh, man, crazy. You know, I was really wanting someone kind of more, I don't know, around 330,000 or somewhere in there. But 500,000 and then a 44,000. Man, that's a shame. That is a shame. But we'll do it. The total monster VP of our opponent is 177,612, which is phenomenal because it means he has somebody super good on there on his team. Because his VP is only 44,403. I really didn't pay attention to who he had. Okay, it's Olog. How cool. Interesting. Ergen says quick clear. Yes, quick clear. That's them. Alright, now, so he's going to throw out Olog in a minute. There we are. Olog has Unbreakable. Stops attacking and shifts to defensive stance for 30 seconds, increasing physical damage reduction by 50% and block by 1. So far on the arena today, it's just been the only people that have been fighting have been the ones with very, very low BP. So you haven't actually gotten to see how it goes out there. Stats show that each did all the damage at 323,087. You got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 8,000 gold for that. Okay, nobody else on here in my range, so that's a shame. Pop out of there. Over on the events, we've got the Duel of Champions, where we can claim 70 diamonds. There's only 2 more things on this progress meter that we're going to be able to get, and that's this huge stamina potion and these 2 rare summoning crystals. And that's too bad, but, you know, I guess it's okay, I suppose. Now, over in the Goblin Horde, we have in the shop some diamond things we can buy. I haven't done it because I wanted to see where I was at with my diamonds before I did, after I got some of the Dracula stuff. Iridian says, do your glasses have a blue tint, or is it a reflection from the monitor? It's probably a reflection from the monitor, I would guess. Yeah. I assume they appear to have a blue tint. My son had some that had a blue tint because they were filtering, but no, not me. Do I actually want any of these things? I mean, the mixed summoning bundle would be cool. And 1,050 is pretty steep, but maybe I go for it anyway. I think maybe I do. Maybe I do. Let's grab it. We got 1 legendary summoning crystal and 1 ancient summoning crystal and 120 stamina. So, you know what? Let's get another one while we're at it, because we're feeling bold right now. Alright, got another summoning, legendary summoning crystal, another ancient summoning crystal, and 120 stamina. Let's come on out of here then, and then go and use our spoils. Because we have some Vault in the Sands we can do. We have a few minutes on that Grave Conquest thing. And we'll just quick clear the 2 that we have the quick clear tokens for. Or not the quick clear tokens, but the stamina for at the moment. And we got 60 Vault in the Sands trophies, 60 Grave Conquest points, 11,000 gold, 1,800 XP potions, and a few pieces of gear for that. Not enough to do much, but why don't I go do that again, in fact, because I have 224 stamina left. So, let's try to do this better this time. Let's go to stage 18, go to the quick clear, and we're going to hit the max button this time. And that'll be 10 times. That'll be a little better, probably. Alright, so for those fights, we got 320 Vault in the Sands trophies, 320 Grave Conquest points, 10 Merkling Menace Demon Soldier Shards, 60,500 gold, 9,000 Hero XP tokens, and a bunch of gear. Cool. Hop out of there. Still hadn't hit first place, even for the moment on that. Let's go to the summon thing and see if we can throw these at them. We got Sheilor, the 3-star fighter. 2 axes are better than 1. Sheilor's blood surge throws her into a frenzy. And we got Jorge, the 4-star defender from the chaotic and cultist factions. The rotten mercenary, stripped of his eternal peace, tirelessly seeks the truth behind his cursed release from Death's realm. Unfortunately, his unending wanderings have unwittingly unleashed a terrible plague. Unwittingly seems likely, judging by his demeanor. Alright, we have a couple of these, so should we use them? Is there any reason not to? I don't know. Is there anything that would be smarter to use them on? Or is it just always like this with the Divine Summon? Sure. Feels like probably I can go ahead and use them. Special Divine Summoning. Comes up on Friday. So maybe I just hang on to them for now. Alright. That should be fine then. Let's see. How far away am I from the Grave Conquest thing at this point? Oh, not far at all. Let's see if I can get it real quick. Let's go to the Vault in the Sands. And we shall go to stage 18. We don't want to auto fight, we want a quick clear. And then I'll use 2. And then we'll max and do 18 fights real fast. Peruvian says I would save them. I assume we're referring to the legendary skill crystals, and I agree. It seems like a better thing to just save them. Alright, so for that, we got 500 Vault in Sands trophies, 500 Grave Conquest points, 99,000 gold, 16,200 Hero XP potions, a myriad of gear. The key question is, did we do well enough to get what I wanted? And we did. So we got 100,000, and it was almost exactly 13,500. It's 13,560. It's not bad. I'll take it. Just this. Oh, that's just showing us what the big prize is. I see. All right, cool. We did not too badly. It's almost 3 in the morning, unfortunately. Let's go over to storage. We got shards. Oh, yeah. Let's do this real quick. Let's use this. Get ourselves an ancient summoning pistol and go use it. While we're at it, right? Let's do it. All right, we got Skulf, the 3-star fighter. With a galvanizing roar, Skulf boots allies and lays enemies low, able to regenerate health when low. All right, got that. Okay, now I am going to start making my way out of here and trying to get some sleep here in a little bit, hopefully. It was, as always, a pleasure playing with you guys and chatting with you as I stream. And hopefully I'll see you all again tomorrow. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me so that you can turn on notifications and see the next time that I go live. Hopefully I will see you then. Have a good night.